Hi there, I'm Chris Odie, co-creator and frequent game master for Zombie Orpheus Entertainment's interactive
Cool. Let's do it.
Welcome to Masters of the Metaverse. Tonight is our season 3 finale.
Yay!
What exactly is Masters of the Metaverse?
Awesome.
You all know what it is. Come on now. Say it with me. Big
Damn
Heroes. That's right. Today we are not yet joined, but shortly by Chris Odie, playing the ever helpful and professional Thomas.
Be here.
Vanessa Postel, playing the irresistible, the unstoppable Aquamarine. The almost here but not quite Sarah Sanders Odie as the analytical and fierce Dr. Jenica Clarkson.
Also not a sociopath.
Yeah, not a sociopath. Trust me,
So she says.
I know.
Yeah.
And of course, Christian Doyle as Crash Jackson, the heart of our heroes team.
Aw.
Masters of the Metaverse uses a modified version of the tri-stat system, so rolling low is very important. Our store is open as well, so feel free to modify the game, help, hinder, do whatever you want. Speaking of, one of you, I want to say isn't that their name right, Drakasny? Is that how you would say it? I'm not sure. But 4 meta points before the show even started.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, way to get things going.
Way to
you.
get yeah, that's awesome.
We
Thank
can
you very
punch
much.
so much stuff with that.
Oh my god. Haha.
Now, Masters of the Metaverse, like all of our Zoe programming, is 100% funded by you. You go to our Patreon page now, maybe check out how you can support this show, other shows like it. And speaking of Patreon, I've got some special people to thank.
Oh, Patreon special people.
I'll echo you.
Now, Amanda and Otto Alderman, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Amanda
Amanda.
Nato.
Dougie Sharp, thank you.
The Potato Pope.
We're Facebook friends. Thank you.
We're like legit friends. I know that guy.
Yes.
He's good people.
Awesome.
I think I know that guy, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And a special thank you to Otto Pfefferkorn. I hope I didn't screw up your name.
Thank
If
you,
you
Otto.
did, that's kind of understandable. That's a weird name.
Wait, so 2 different autos?
Yes, there are 2
gosh.
different autos, and I doubt either one of you drives a school bus in Springfield.
That's exactly what I thought of, Otto.
No,
Hey,
doesn't
Otto,
do
Oh no,
man.
I thought of the guy in prison on Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that Kurt Sutter plays.
Oh, yeah. That's dark, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
dark.
No, I've been watching the news. Sorry.
Okay. Now, of course, our polls are in. 2 of you won't get to hear about it because you're not here yet.
I'll
We'll
get
back
down
to
there.
We'll just change
Okay,
there.
so I could get back to them on theirs when they get here, but for now, Christian Doyle, sir, plus 6 to 1 roll and
take
plus 20 hit points. Yeah, you were not the hands down winner this time around.
No. I
Plus
hear
6
that
plus
I hear that we had a giant upset this week.
Oh, it's a little bit odd going on back here. Vanessa,
Yeah?
plus 5 to a roll
Okay.
and plus 10. hit
Thank
points.
you.
Plus 10 hit points?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Chris, who's not present, plus 6 to a roll and plus 40 hit points.
I'm
Whoa.
gonna make sure he needs them.
Yeah, you either have really low expectations for his survival or you really like him. I'm gonna go with the first one just because that's my personal stake in it.
She's here. Hi.
I didn't do it, it wasn't me.
Chris and Sarah are watching as they head here.
No.
Good.
And Sarah
Watch
Sanders
us.
Odie got a plus 6 to a roll and plus 20 hit points. And then of
Nice.
course, there's me. I get plus 7 to a roll. I actually won that one.
That's
Good job.
Mark that down on the calendar, that will never happen again.
I'm
well,
marking
it
it
may
down.
happen again, but that is definitely the first time.
Ever. And plus 10. Here.
Uh-oh.
That's why I keep a collection of pens.
Oh no!
Oh.
I throw pens and dice. I'm terrible at it.
It's all good.
Now I have several wonderful special announcements to make. These
Yeah.
are really big, really
Big
important.
news.
Big news, big news.
You should be paying attention to this. I mean, my personal favorite of these, I've got zero personal stake in it, but the Project Metaverse is back next week.
What?
Ow, ow!
That's
That's
right.
exciting. I'm very much looking forward to this next arc.
But everybody's dead.
I know. How could it work?
I have no idea who would write that kind of garbage. I mean, jeez.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
Hacks.
Absolute hacks. Let's see, at the end of a 3-week run on the 22nd of December, Saturday the 22nd, will be the first annual Metaverse Holiday Special.
Oh, I'm so excited.
That's right, we're doing a holiday special.
We're having a Metaverse holiday special. That's
Right here on the 22nd.
I gotta say, it's about damn time.
Yeah.
And we have a very special game plan for that day.
We
too.
do. There is a special game, a
excited.
special cast, and a very special store. You should join us all and celebrate whatever holidays are important to you or not important to you.
Maybe we'll have Glug at it.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
And yes, we're calling it the first annual Metaverse holiday special. Very hopefully, because we want it to be something, if it goes well, we want it to do it every
Yeah,
year.
we want to do a 2nd and 3rd and 25th and 137th.
Right. Because we will not have moved on from Twitch in 137 years.
It's
Don't ever say that, please.
Yeah, it should be like the Star Wars holiday special. There's gonna be weird scenes. Where
Oh, it
Chewie
will be
knocks on our
definitely
door.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would definitely be weird.
We're gonna have little choreographed dances.
Yep.
Speaking of wonderful Metaverse announcements, did you know that while this is the finale, Masters of the Metaverse will be back in February? That's right, it will
Feb.
return. February.
And why
Same
February?
Oh, that's when we
because-
get to the fun part.
That's because
The
because
really,
of January.
really, really fun part.
Because of January.
Because of January. What's important about January, you ask? Well,
January is when Death from Above finally makes its
DFA!
Okay.
Oh man, I'm
All
losing my
right,
mind over
then.
this.
That's right, DFA,
Okay.
January. Here, happening.
Will they be standing? Because they stood before.
Right, well there's no falling down, so.
Oh.
Well, it's kind of like monster truck rallies when you're watching at home. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Only need the
Can I guest star on it and cry?
Yeah, isn't that
You
kind
can
of
give me a maybe.
that's one of your things, right?
I don't know. I'm trying to be on
Think
it.
about it. Let's be on it together. We'll cry together. Anyway.
I'll skip
Right.
that
I'm
part.
just too excited. James doesn't cry.
We'll just do the feels. An all feels episode of DFA.
I'll skip that one.
Sure.
Oh.
Whatever you want.
And of course, without further ado, welcome to Masters of the Metaverse, the season 3 finale, Galaxy Tales. The end. Previously on Galaxy Tales. Once again, as you're going through this announcer's voice, you are reliving the events of the previous episode. Using the martial arts tournament of the planet Dojo as cover, our heroes infiltrated the dungeons of Admiral Sliss and retrieved the anomaly. From within, attempting to escape the pursuing fleet of Chameleon Empire ships, Captain Foxman and his crew fled into a nearby asteroid cluster, only to be chased out by a giant space squid. In a last-ditch maneuver, Captain Foxman ordered Presto to fly the armadillo into the maw of the giant space squid. And now, Galaxy Tales!
I guess we should do the season finale version.
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Deep in the heart of Mammal space, the Chameleon Empire seeks to erase the last hope left for freedom in the stars.
Stars.
Heroes of justice that don't ever quit. Presto, North, and Sojourn and Kitt. Chasing down evil, it won't get very far. 2, 3, 4. Galaxy adventures on the run. Balancing schedules never fail. They're the galaxy tales.
It ended on a harmony, so we win.
Wonderfully done.
Oh yeah, he's a big rock star. Big,
Oh, absolutely.
big time rock star.
Oh, you have no idea. Some of you actually do, I think.
You just only sit over there and rock star. It's kind of how I feel too. We have that in common.
Got this crazy corner.
Now, in our
Hey,
previous
what's up?
episode, you flew straight into the mouth of a giant space squid, and that is precisely where you are after reliving all of the events yet again, and hearing the announcer's voice yet again. And as the ship shakes, you realize you're not moving from the maw. You're just being held very, very gently in the mouth of the giant space squid.
Hmm.
Like a soft little egg being protected. And after a few moments, the huge maw opens, releasing the armadillo.
Thanks, Fred.
Hey, kid.
Me and Fred are old poker buddies.
You got my money yet, kid?
You know, as soon as we get paid from this job, absolutely.
Okay.
It won't be long, much longer, anyway. Anyway,
Oh.
totally owe you one. 2 now, plus the 50 space bucks. Got it. We really need to go save the... Yeah, you understand. We'd hang if we could, but we're...
What about your lizard friends?
Are they still around?
They're waiting for you.
You know, I hate to ask another favor, but, you still ink, right?
Okay, I do, yeah.
Just a few seconds of distraction, put them in the dark for a minute, no big deal.
Okay, but this better not be like the last time.
Fred, there is no way I could find a dress big enough to fit you 2 times.
Okay.
All right, buddy. I owe you 3.
Flying away from you, the giant space squid exits the asteroid field and jettisons a massive cloud of space squid ink, which somehow defies physics and spreads through an anti-gravity area and coats the ships. Also, somehow blocking radar technology.
They're space squid.
It's pretty great stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
With the escape covered, you may return to the planet Dojo
Excellent.
without interruptions by the Chameleon Empire ships. While you are en route, Professor North and Presto, your first officer, are busily examining and trying to quantify this anomalous object, using either their powers of magic or science.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this karate tournament?
15, Kitt. 15. So who was that squid just then?
Oh, Fred?
He kind of talks like me.
Yeah, I had meant to get you 2 to meet each other much earlier. He's actually super into martial arts too.
Really?
Yeah. He's got the pseudopod dan down very, very well. He's at least a high-level black belt, or
Oh.
I don't know if it's a belt really. It's more like a headband because he's a
Whale.
squid.
Oh, right. He must make a really good mac and cheese.
You know what? I bet you're right. I missed something, didn't I?
Anyway, so it's very important, Kitt, that you come out on top in this martial arts tournament here.
Oh no, I've been watching all the videos. I got this.
Oh yeah? Okay. Have you watched episode 4 of the series of my personal...
Taekwon Slow
Thank
and You, episode 4, moving without movement.
Let's see it.
All right.
Okay, Kitt, concentrate.
I'm concentrating. Okay, here we go.
I can see your finger move a little bit.
I'm holding perfectly still.
You have to do better, Kitt.
I'm not moving.
You're moving towards, you're drifting toward me.
How am I supposed to move without moving?
It's all up here.
In your hood?
Here, have another bowl of mac and cheese and think about it.
Oh, well, thanks.
Try again.
And this will help?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it will help you be stationary,
Several
lethargic.
bowls of mac and cheese later.
Captain Foxman does not seem to understand the severity of what this tournament means to you, Soldier.
It will disgrace my whole entire career, Kitt, if you don't take this seriously and place in the tournament.
Yeah, but this anomaly thing seems really important, and then there's the whole issue of my giant fuzzy hands.
Looking down, you realize they've gone to your elbows at this point.
Elbows!
It's spreading.
It's fuzzy.
Here's a hashtag awkward buff for the TA Equan Slow Master and a hashtag meta point for the team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We like meta points. They're good.
Man, I wish we had some fun Eye of the Tiger or some montage music so I could get you fully ready to go.
Oh,
But Taekwon slow montage music, what is that, Kenny G?
no, too fast.
No! No!
Too fast.
It's too fast.
It is Eye of the Tiger, but as played by Iron and Wine.
Yeah, you could. Yep, you'll cry. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I don't
Yep.
know, that might be a little too upbeat.
This.
Okay.
I can still dance to it. Too funky. Too
Can
funky.
you go find the beat? Try and find the beat.
I am the beat.
Okay, ready?
So while this is all going on, while I'm doing my,
Yes.
obviously I'm focusing as much as I possibly can on this martial arts thing.
Well,
but-
in your case, you are really close to Crash right now, and Crash is very familiar with the feeling coursing through him, and it's out of control, and it's a weird adjustment from here to the rest of the body. Like, this is working like he's used to.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff doesn't.
Right. All of this is wacky.
Is wacky, and it's really hard to use your arms right now, but you feel a very
It's-
familiar power within it. It's rather frightening.
Okay. So the chameleons are going to be wanting to chase us down and kill us as quickly as possible to get this thing back.
Sure.
We can't let them get it until we figure out exactly what it does, which Professor North says is going to take a while. We have a tournament that we have to go to, but we have to keep the thing moving.
Be like the mac and cheese. Stick to the ground as it sticks to the inside of your bowl. Be as immovable as a noodle cemented to the spoon a day after eating. Or just use a hashtag Jackson buff.
Thank you. Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Well done, well done.
Exactly.
So if we can get Presto to fly the ship around in a weird pattern while North is working on the device, we can do the martial arts tournament while they're leading the wild goose chase.
Great. I think that's a very wise idea.
Well, ideas are what I do. Taekwon slow, not so much.
Maybe you can use your weirdy hands for an advantage in the tournament.
You know, when you put it like that, it sounds kind of hurtful.
I'm so sorry. I meant weirdy in the best way. My mother used to call me weirdy, and it warms my heart.
So I'll take my big freak paws,
No!
and we'll go to your karate tournament,
No, weirdy.
and I'll
in a
try not to
good
get
way.
my block knocked off.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Kitt. I'm fearful of what's happening to you.
So
Also,
am I.
weirdy is affectionate.
Usually this stuff turns itself around in 23 minutes, but this time it's been a while.
It's been like 27 minutes. Okay, well, we're gonna
Indeed.
figure it out. But first, we have to practice for the tournament.
Okay.
As Captain Foxman and Sojourn return to Dojo for the Grand Martial Arts Tournament, Admiral Sliss begins moving his fleet in secret, preparing for a surprise. We are sorry. We are experiencing technical difficulties at this time. Please contact your service provider for additional information.
haven't heard that yet.
Everything went blue, not gray this time. And all blue. Not even yourselves. You could see nothing.
Ooh, weird.
You are suddenly black on dojo, and the ship is up flying patterns.
That was very
The
strange.
strangeness has proceeded up to your shoulders.
Kitt, look!
I am looking.
It's proceeded up to your shoulders.
Oh man.
Yeah, roll up your sleeves.
Trying. Everything's all fuzzy.
Weird. Fuzzy like can't see it fuzzy?
No, like fuzzy, like
Furry.
smudgy. I don't know what the word is.
Does
Like
it feel different?
translucenty, meaty.
Let me feel. Does it feel different?
You kind of just slide off of it. It's
Kinda-
weird.
My hand just.
You either slide off of it when you hit it, your hand just kind of folds in a way it shouldn't.
My hand? My
Yes.
sloth hand?
Just folds in.
What? Like,
And I got brown paint on me.
Yeah.
what?
You're missing part of your arm now.
Me?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I got to say, Kitt, that was very strange. Let's,
You felt nothing.
Huh.
And when you rubbing it feels like you're rubbing paper with ink. In fact, everything feels like paper and ink. Except
hold
for
up-
the parts of you that are real.
I hold up my kitty stuffy. Touch this.
Is it?
Is it smudgy?
Smudgy.
Hmm.
Oh.
Kitty!
He's smiling now.
That's nice. What's it smell like?
Everything else. Paint.
I'm mostly sloth right now. Do I have a sense of like what I'm seeing?
You've never seen or heard anything like this before. There is something very, very wrong.
No, Kitt, I think there's something very, very wrong. This does not bode well for the tournament.
In all of your adventures with Kitt Foxman, you've been all across the galaxy, fought all kinds of crazy creatures and Chameleon Empire soldiers, science experiments, escaped monsters. Nothing like this has ever happened. Anytime something's happened to someone, a sleep poison, a strange toxin on some foreign planet, he's always right. Within about 22 to 23 minutes, you always seem to work it out. Whatever it is, just gets solved. Just seems to come together in that last 5 minutes almost universally. But this time it hasn't. It's just gotten worse.
Well, this is scary.
I'm really freaked out.
Don't worry, we're gonna figure it out like we always do. That won't change. Don't worry, Kitt.
It looks like Kitt Foxman is next up to fight in the tournament.
Did it ever occur to you that I guess it doesn't matter, that maybe we always figure it out because we're always supposed to?
It definitely feels that way. Do you think this time we're not supposed to?
I don't know, but I don't have a plan.
Well, maybe it's okay not to have a plan. We'll just use our instincts. I'm gonna go down there with you and try and stay close.
Oh, of course, you proceed down, you and the other master, and each of you is given a moment to introduce your student. Master Sojourn, you are introduced. The crowd, of course, cheers as you come down. And then you are presented with your moment to introduce your apprentice who will be fighting.
Please welcome my apprentice. You ready?
Yeah.
Close. Kitt Foxman.
Hello, everyone.
Many of the mammals and avians in the crowd cheer loudly,
Hello, it's me, your hero.
while the reptiles and amphibians boo and hiss. Mostly just hiss. Lots
hiss
and
back
lots
at
of
them.
hissing. Across from you is the great Master Tara the Capybara of Capoeira, also famous for her line of Capsuera.
Ah, yes.
And her apprentice is
Son of a
Mara the Capybara, also a master of Capoeira.
Ah, yes, Amara.
I quit.
Don't be scared of the capybaras. Be a afraid of the caps thing.
They're closely related to the elephant. You know that, right?
I did not.
Yeah.
They are?
Oh, yeah.
Capybaras are closely related to elephants?
That's what I hear.
How so?
Could be an urban legend or a zoo legend. I'm not really sure how that works.
A zoo legend. Well, all we have
Not
here.
to be confused with the Zoolander.
No, I don't know what that is.
The Great World Ship.
Anyway, I will resist the urge to Google that. Anyway,
Okay, so I'm just gonna follow your advice
okay.
and not move.
They ring the bell for the beginning of the fight. Foxman stands perfectly still. And
Goodness.
spinning and swinging along the ground, chittering and making whatever noises capybaras make. I really have no idea. I don't. I assume they're like hamsters or gerbils or something and squeak.
But
I don't
louder.
know. But louder, perhaps. But then again, the whole elephant thing makes me come up with some really creative and inappropriate noises in my head that I'm not ever going to attempt to create.
Let's pretend that they make those, though. Since we're playing pretend, I say we do it.
Very much was compelled to try and make that
You're a
work.
terrible person.
Yes, I am. But I'm an excellent foxman.
You're such an excellent foxman. You're doing so great. Just being super
With
slow.
beautiful sequence of spins, chirps, and squeaks, Mara the capybara spins across the arena. And her outstretched leg strikes across the hand of Kitt Foxman and sort of just goes around it, like, I don't know, wrapping paper around a pencil or something. And Mara lets out the most horrified, un-capybara sounding shriek. Fairly similar to that. Thank you, Mark.
Excuse me?
Lying in a heap, her leg twisted like Christmas ribbon.
Whoa!
And just as quickly as it started, it is over, and Kitt Foxman has his first victory.
I bow as slowly as I can manage, but my tail is wagging.
Great job, Kitt.
Several more matches take place, and the entirety of the arena takes on a strange feel. It seems as though, while the real parts of Captain Foxman are growing, the reality of the situation elsewhere is starting to sink in. Seems to be a general confusion among all fans. Some of them seem to not know where they are, why they're there. Shouldn't I be doing something?
Everyone's feeling like this. Are we? Am I?
And they stop cheering. Some people are just wandering around. You are not quite, but you are feeling a bit confused due to your proximity to the sojourn part of your half right now. You are feeling off episode.
I've never felt off episode before.
You don't know what to do next, and that's never happened before.
Is there
Don't.
another fight, maybe?
What's going to happen? Half-heartedly, a ring announcer calls you down again. More than half the crowd isn't even paying attention at this point. As once again, you introduce your apprentice, Kitt Foxman, for the fight. Whereas Godo, the Komodo, introduces his apprentice, Odo.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Master of Drakido.
I like it.
Much like Kitt Foxman, as the match starts, he doesn't move.
Good job keeping it up.
They sit in pure silence, completely unmoving.
Except I am moving.
Tail is wagging fanatically, can't stop it.
It's okay. They understand.
It's an involuntary reflex,
They
you understand?
Yeah, they don't mark you off for that. Don't worry. Or do they?
Eyes locked. Suddenly, Odo takes a step back, bows, and leaves the arena. You've just won your first match using Taekwon Slam.
That's a good job. Now I'm super confused about everything we're doing right now. Great job.
Fine. I think I did good,
Yeah.
but I don't know how.
You were very slow. And that's So
That's how they judge this?
That's how they judge this.
All right.
You're starting to have trouble even remembering what you did before. Don't you have a ship or a friend? Is there a rabbit or something that you know?
Oh.
You're becoming more and more confused as time is passing.
Gosh. Oh, dear. I hope my friends have answers. Because I have no idea what's going on.
Of course they do.
Do you?
No, but I mean, our crew's always on top of it, right? Our crew.
Who?
You know, the mouse and
And the bobcat?
right. You know,
Yeah.
Pesto and
Kitt Foxman is definitely having trouble, but Crash is remembering things all right.
yeah.
Kitt's definitely confused.
Yeah. Presto.
Presto?
We have a plan. There's a plan.
What? Where are we going? What is this place?
We're at a martial arts tournament. You're my teacher.
Cool. Have you learned from me?
Not a thing.
Gosh darn, sorry about that. Master confusion. Oh man, what's happening around me? Yes. Gotta feel.
How long till the next match?
Moments.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Then
well,
I won't move. I'll just stay right where I am.
They bring forth your next opponent. Happens to be a very tall crane named White Crane, apprentice to White Crane, son of 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 White Crane. At
White
which
Crane.
point he indignantly says, "You forgot, son of White Crane."
Wow.
wow. Why is it got white?
Let me guess. White crane style?
I think so. I'm really not sure at this point.
Absolutely.
Permission to go off slow.
Permission granted. This is.
It's kind of grown in. It's almost connected on your chest now. The fur everywhere.
I don't know why, but I'm a little excited about that. Never happened before.
White Crane against some brilliant dance maneuver looking martial arts that looks more for show than for anything else.
Nice. That was good. Oh,
Hands
too much.
outstretched.
Slow it down. Yes.
White Crane lashes out straight forward with a kick that just flattens against your real palm. And the paper shreds as the leg falls away. Torn paper on each end.
Whoa.
Ink dripping from it.
Gross!
And that's when things start to get really, really weird.
I've never seen that before. Have you?
There are riots breaking out in the stands as people forget, or animals forget their place, and degenerate down into basic primitive creatures around each other. As each one of these puppets loses their strings, things become more and more animated. See what I did there?
Oh yeah. So recap this for me a little bit. We're at this tournament.
We're at the
and-
martial arts.
What's happening?
And the
What was that?
That was a new sound.
Captain Foxy McTight Pants. Dramatic pause. This one's for you. Hashtag hack attack.
Oh, dang.
Uh-oh. Just jump right into it, folks. That's fine.
Dang.
Yes, that is when it gets weird.
I like that I'm Foxy McTight Pants, though. They can't see. How did they know?
Or just
Are you guys telling
imagining
people what kind of pants
Just
I'm wearing?
imagining it.
It's a long story.
They are really tight today, though. Really, really tight.
But in the good way.
Yeah, like the way that
Toy.
yeah, like a toiga. And the way that they say it in
Jersey.
Austin Powers. But the cartoon world is kind of unraveling.
Unraveling would definitely be a good term for it.
And now I'm not a scientician, but Is like the weird reality of hands having something to do with that?
Most likely.
Okay, so my non-cartoon appendages are breaking the cartoon?
It would seem that your non-cartoon appendages do not belong here and are having a profound effect on this cartoon.
Oh dear.
Maybe we should get out of here, Kitt.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. I'll hide your hand. There he is.
As you're looking, you can see that the only way you can describe it is something Crash would say. The ink is running on the page. Walls are oozing. The air is oozing.
Air.
Dripping. Meanwhile, aboard the armadillo,
Whoa.
The heart of a hero can transcend a metaverse. Hashtag hack attack.
Oh, dang. Thanks,
Oh, it's
guys.
there. It's up.
It's up. It's happening.
There's two.
There's two.
I know what those are.
So,
us.
yeah, by the way, hello guys.
Hi. Hi.
You guys
Welcome.
Sorry.
Professor North has been analyzing the item we found,
Right.
I know, Foxman. I was with her.
and you've been flying around.
Doing evasive maneuvers. I wasn't born yesterday.
I was just reminding you of what the plan was in case you happened.
Unnecessary expositional rehash is this.
I thought it was necessary. I'm sorry.
Except in your case, Presto, for the past several minutes, you've forgotten what you're doing.
No, I haven't.
You keep having to remind yourself who and what you are.
Not true at all. I'm perfectly fine.
Don't even remember breakfast this morning.
No, I
For
had-
a moment, you couldn't remember Priscilla's name.
I had Priscilla. Who's Priscilla? Priscilla, right? My trusty apprentice. No, she's.
And while you are
She's-
also having a difficult time
My
not
apprentice,
being
yes.
full avatar,
Yes,
you are
that's her.
slightly less confused.
Right.
But you can definitely tell that Thomas Presto is suffering from some form of
Perhaps
Malady.
amnesia.
something.
I would remember if I had amnesia.
I could look it up. Hold on. Are you experiencing lapse in time?
What?
Uh,
Ask the question already,
okay.
Professor.
Okay. Do you remember do you remember the last thing you did 20 minutes ago?
Of course, I flew the ship. I flew the ship. That's what I did 20 minutes ago.
What did we do yesterday?
That's a trick. Time did not exist yesterday. Ha! Ha! I tricked you there. Yes, it did. I flew the ship yesterday too.
Well, actually, it appears that you definitely have some sort of amnesia, whether it is more permanent or just because you hit something on your head. I am not
I would
sure.
remember if I had amnesia.
You would
Presto,
not.
did you remember that you were talking to me over the comms this whole time?
Of course I did.
For the best pilot in the verse. He probably has a bronze swimming certificate and a silver swimming certificate. Arnold Presto, Rimmer, we salute you. Hashtag Thomas Smith.
It's river. It's a river post for you.
Presto BSc and SSC, that sounds about right.
So funny.
Very well done.
Very, very.
Thank you very much.
Are we on the ship too? Right
And
now?
yes, Heavy is the head that wears the giant ass hat. Trust me, I know. Oh.
You know, all we really needed to do is put like a little bar across those ears and it would be an H.
Work it out. There you go.
It's happening. Don't nobody do anything.
Well, while
Yeah.
while you've been gone, I've
enough.
diagnosed Presto, and I have not touched the mysterious
Diagnose
object.
me of what? You should tell me if there was something wrong, which there's not.
There's not anything wrong ever with you, ever. I have also not diagnosed you with narcissistic personality disorder
You've discovered several things about the anomalous object
without touching it.
without touching it.
Yes.
One, it is deteriorating rapidly. Whatever it contained is no longer within it. And two, it was not cracked open during your fight with the crocodile soldiers. It had
The crack-
already been cracked.
The crack originated elsewhere, though I have not determined origin yet.
Oh, some people say the CIA brought it in.
Say crack again.
CIA?
Never mind.
The Crocodilian Intelligence Agency?
The very same.
They would bring in something that would harm everyone irreparably.
That's true.
Crazy stuff happened just now, but I'm not sure what exactly.
You can hear from the comms, there's some like shouting and screaming going on in the background on Dojo where they're at.
We're gonna need to find a way to reverse this because it appears that all reality seems to be, I don't know, sort of melting.
That is bad.
I keep hearing screams.
So if we could hurry up that diagnosis and treatment part, you know, come.
The treatment? How? Okay.
You're gonna need Foxman to even try anything from here, but now that
Can
container's
you
empty,
get back to the ship?
you're gonna have to come to him.
Oh, we have to go to you. Presto, can you fly the ship to the captain?
I don't know. The professor seems to think I have some sort of problem. Perhaps I can't.
Fine, you can.
That was the professor talking to you just then.
I knew that.
Presto.
Yes, Foxman? How do I know that's really you over the comms?
You know
Perhaps
that
you're an
little
imposter.
that little voice in your head that says that you're here to serve?
I'm unfamiliar with the little voice of
There's a little voice in you. You can listen to him. His name's Thomas. Listen to him just a little bit, and you'll feel much better. Trust me. Wait.
Fine, we'll pick up the fox and the sloth.
Thank you.
What a good decision you have just come to, all by yourself.
I did decide it
with
on
no
my own,
prompting.
with my own free will.
It was a very good strategic maneuver.
You bring the armadillo into Dojo to pick them up, and the scene is chaos. There's rioting on the streets. Ink is flowing like rivers, washing away buildings, creatures, everything around it.
I believe for this mission I will be staying on board the armadillo. Just for tactical reasons in case we need to leave quickly.
We do need to leave quickly. Did you forget why you were here? We need you to pick us up.
Okay. Give me your precise coordinates.
52.
Do I do I have something that can just beam them up?
No, but you can physically pick them up.
Oh, okay, good.
Which you've done in many, many episodes. So you fly into their location. The page itself tears open.
Get them now.
Okay, this is bad.
And as it tears open,
Always
a
with the
massive,
drama,
eyeless, armored worm. It's the devourer you killed in season 1.
Whoa.
It's our old
Oh, come
nemesis.
on.
Spills out, landing directly
I
in
thought that
front
thing
of you.
disappeared into your hat.
It did!
Initiative.
Is it still there?
Kitt,
34.
smoking.
See where I am.
15.
15 for North. Sojourn,
22.
Presto.
29, however, I shall act on 35. That was for you, Foxman.
Actually, that is not the way math works.
I'm confused on that one also. Just
Yeah,
slightly.
let it ride.
And the Devourer has a 19. Captain Foxman.
Okay. So, the Devourer is flying, what, towards us? I mean,
Yes,
there's-
more falling than flying.
Right, because it's a giant, like, space worm thing.
Yeah.
It's inside an atmosphere, and that's bad for
That's
it.
bad for it, and for anyone anywhere near the impact point.
Right, because the gravitational pull, the worm is not used to that.
Okay, so
When you fought it in space last
using my jetpack, I'm going to fly to where its impact point is, and I'm going to use my paw to draw a hole for it to go through.
Nice.
So it just goes,
Makes
you know,
sense.
in reality, out of reality.
Give me a heroics check.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a couple of these real quick. That way I'm not using the crap dice on the...
You have just distinctly become more confused, however.
Oh yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna...
You're gonna make a hole.
Smudgy hole.
Smudgy
Holy
hole.
Yep, no. Sorry. It's a pain in the butt. Would rather not be confused. No. Spending my bonus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, chat. That
Thank
was-
you, Chad.
I'll miss it, but I needed it right then because I missed it.
Smudgy hole.
Nicely done. Oh, they're still
my
plummeting
nickname
towards
in
the
high school.
surface. Presto at a 29 on the helm of the ship. You saw that thing tear out of a page. I mean, like a book, but the page was
I don't remember that happening. What are you talking about?
precisely.
Am I to understand that myself and Professor North are on the ship while Foxman and Sojourn are on the planet?
Yes.
And we are
And we are attacking...
Shouldn't you be doing something?
we are
I'm
deploying.
flying the ship. Oh.
We are deploying.
Oh, there they are.
Grabbing claws.
Excellent. I shall do the maneuvers that I need to do to make such a thing happen. I shall ignore the creature that has burst from before us, as that obviously did not just happen. I will, however, spend a great deal of time complaining about that once again Foxman has placed us in this sort of position. And clearly, were someone more competent in charge, we would not have to deal with this. I will critically make that check by 13.
Well, as a critical success, that makes it a valid complaint.
It is a valid complaint. Excellent. And I shall make my piloting on the dot. At a 16. Rolling
done.
2d8.
Is that with the multi-action penalty for complaining?
I fail my piloting check.
That's what I thought. We'll get to that. Sojourn the slot.
Okay, can I see the
But I
ship?
blame Foxman for the
Yeah,
fact that I
it's-
complained the
No,
check.
and it's a valid
flying
complaint.
really
because
erratically.
you just failed your piloting check because of me. It's meta.
I
It's
love
the
it.
show.
I love it.
He's flying really, really erratically. It is not. But then again, why would he not be flying erratic? Is there something important happening?
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna use a meta point to have a little bit of.
You are no longer confused.
Ah! Okay, so I see the erratically flying plane. And you can hear me, right?
It's not a plane, it's
Presto.
an armadillo. You've spent so much time on it. Why would you call it a plane?
Because I'm confused.
I have
Presto.
initiative, I complain again.
You don't even know. You didn't even remember what you were doing. Okay, you're gonna have to fly. You're gonna have to become less confused and save us.
Sojourn, you don't sound like yourself today. I think we should pick you up.
Please, yes. Oh gosh, I love moving fast. I don't know what's going on. I need help. Oh no.
I'm just doing the whatever maneuvers I need to do, but I'm failing at them.
Oh yes, we're gonna go. So you're just trying to get Presto's attention?
How far away am I from Kitt?
Oh, not too far. He's trying to smudge that hole in the ground.
Right, and it's not.
Well, it doesn't look like he's gonna be done in time, and it actually looks like Presto's gonna fly right into the impact point of that falling worm.
So I want to reach out stealthily so that nobody sees, so I can grab Kitt for when the plane comes. The armadillo. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Will you make a stealth check for me to make
Thumbs
sure
down.
no one sees you?
Yes.
Because if they see you, you can't move fast. You're slow.
Oh well, good thing I beat it by 8.
All right. You will
I
be able to
did.
move fast
That's
enough.
really pitchy. Cool, yeah. So I want to make sure I've got a hold of Kitt so that when the armadillo comes, I can maybe climb it and take him with me, or at
You've
least
got a hold
run
of
it.
the back of Kit's collar, and it feels weird. It's where your fingers are at the top of your paw.
My
That
three-
kind of are touching
three
that
fingers?
fur, which is. But the rest grips just fine. It's the below that's the cartoon part. Hold on to that, no problem.
My grip's weird, but I got you.
Good.
And I smile because I'm a sloth.
The worm plummets, and not paying attention to the stick, Presto drives the armadillo right underneath it. And it strikes across the top, draping over both sides, and
Presto.
pulling the ship down.
Presto.
It lands
Come on.
conveniently on this beautiful hole that Kitt Foxman just made.
Landed on the hole.
Did Foxman squirt out the bottom of the hole?
Well,
Did
you
he?
pulled him out of the way,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's just gross. Gross, gross, gross. You're all gross. Stop it.
I said nothing. Why are you pulling me on this?
Guilt by association.
I made a valid complaint.
Guilt by association, Presto. As always, he does something wrong and you get in trouble for it.
What
It
a
pushes
nice
the
hole.
ship down into this smudged hole, and you pull Kitt Foxman clear, and it just kind of lands on the hole, shoving the rest of the armadillo down through into wherever that hole went.
We're gonna have to jump into the hole.
No.
Professor North, you are on board the ship. Presto just flew you right into the path of that worm, and it hit the ship hard.
Yes.
Pulled it straight down, and somehow you're going through the floor of the planet.
I do not understand.
What
I
we
do
see
not
in-
understand.
White.
I do not understand.
Oh no!
What you see underneath is
You
just
broke the
white.
professor.
I do not
Broke
understand.
the professor.
Pure, bright white.
This is impossible. All impossible. Very impossible. This is impossible.
Are we just like looking
Did
down?
you hit my head?
With what?
Anything?
Your ego?
Can you still hear
Clearly
us?
not dead. The worm over the hole kind of unwinds itself, scans about with its lack of eyes, and its massive maw moves down to consume the both of you.
This is most inconsiderate, Foxman.
Wait.
And as the
Presto!
teeth close down,
Wait.
you do everything you can to try and move.
Wait, I have an idea. Presto.
We're in its mouth.
We're in its mouth. Could
Those
we-
two will be in it.
We're in it.
You're in it. I thought we were in it.
No, you're going to be underneath it. You're still under it. It's on top of you.
So describe the situation for us right now. We have worm.
And then have
With
I
a worm.
gone yet?
With this fun, you'll be at 15. I have 19 for
okay,
my
no problem.
worm. I'm
No
kind of going a little slow on it.
No problem.
Its turn involved his turn as well.
Gotcha.
So we have a hole that Kitt smudged into the ground.
Yes.
Right.
Hole.
The ship is inside of that hole.
Yep.
The worm's on top of that hole.
Yep.
Kitt Foxman and Sojourn are adjacent to said hole.
Side of the
They're
hole.
on top.
On the rim.
The two of
I
us are in the
understand.
ship underneath.
Rim.
Well, as long as we're hole adjacent.
Yeah. We're rim
I knew
side.
someone was going to do something with that.
The rimming? I'm sorry. I was not sorry. Anyway, let's move on though.
PG-13, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen PG-13 lately?
No, I don't.
So the worm is okay. So that's our
I got it.
situation.
As its mouth and jaws close around you, you do everything you can to move out of the way, and the teeth on it, the terrible, terrible teeth that you've seen rip clean through rocks, fold up when they impact the furry back of Kitt Foxman. And its mouth just kind of squishes around him like a sponge on a solid object.
Not expected.
Right.
What? You're just tearing that thing
Like
up.
once, look.
Good job. I definitely taught you this.
Pulling yourself through this ink of this worm out into the ground of the planet Dojo. You can see now that most of the planet is covered in streams and rivers of ink. The Colosseum itself has melted like a candle. And where it has hit and impacted the fleeing creatures, they've sort of just absorbed into this conglomeration of colored inks flowing on paper. Smell of burning phosphorus, sulfur, or something. It's hard to place.
Gross.
I'm most unimpressed with the situation you've got us in, Foxman.
I have
Professor
a plan.
North.
Okay. I have
You are under the ship, or you are underneath the worm.
I have regained my wits.
It's
Though
moving erratically on top
This is
of the
very
ship.
unacceptable. We need to get back to our team, and this is how we're going to do it. I think. So, I think because the armadillo has a pointy tail, and I engineered it such that it could be like a skewer, we're going to skewer upwards into the worm, through the worm, grab friends, Go.
Do what you will, Professor. Make
No.
your preparations.
You are the pilot of this vessel. You need to do that. I just made the plan. Also, if you could make the armadillo release some kind of gas because it has an export hole, we could heat up the
North,
flowing river.
Never ask Presto to do that ever. Ever.
My Captain, my goal was to heat up the area such that the river of flowing pigment sludge dries and everything can stop sludging.
Captain, and I use this term loosely, am I to understand that we would like to leave the planet as quickly as possible?
Presto!
The term understand?
What?
Presto!
Yeah, get us off this rock, please.
Use the pointy tail.
Gooey weird rock.
Spear the worm. Fart on the planet. It's time to go.
I'm really hoping
So
that
you're
was all
actually
code
just
for
telling me to do
something.
this?
Yeah, I mean, I've already configured the items, but there's, I mean, the science already happened.
You do.
Is
your
that
science.
okay?
It's totally. I'm
Okay.
to you.
Please, let's do that.
I'll see what's allowed on my turn.
Okay. I can start the motions for some of
Give
those
me a
things.
science roll
Okay.
for those, and give me some roll to attempt to keep Presto on task.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Use whatever skill you feel
Okay.
you can appropriately utilize in this
Science
situation.
roll?
I beat the science roll by 3,
I have no fear
and
of us getting out of this hole.
because
You're a rabbit.
Exactly. I know exactly what to do.
One-
We'll be out on the next round. It's not a problem.
one of the sciences is obviously behavioral management.
Oh, no.
Ah.
I'm going to manage his behavior as well. And I
So,
do that well.
Another day at the Odie residence.
Yes. I beat that by 5.
It's keeping me on task for the next round. My
You are
wife's
not
gonna be
allowed to
great.
type on Discord while doing dishes.
My apologies again for that teleconference.
Oh, I love that. Oh, no, Alien Nerd. Priscilla is not an ink stain. I was 100% specifically vetoed from that action.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you kill an animal sidekick,
I
on
didn't
Masters
kill
of the
anything!
But if you do, that animal sidekick will show up forever.
It doesn't go well.
I didn't kill anything. Jeez. They're cartoons. Knock it off. I think it was your crap, never mind.
Meow.
Back to 34 at the top. Kid Foxman, what are you going to do?
Well-
You're in its somewhat folded mouth. It is not bothering you even remotely.
Right.
Though it,
But my friend
every
is
time
stuck in
those
a
teeth
hole.
come close, it looks like they're about to rip Sojourn into little pieces. She doesn't have your benefit of the whole reality thing going for her.
Still a sloth.
Foxman, I bore with this situation. Once I get us out of this hole, I suggest we depart the planet.
Do you have a good idea?
Of course.
Good. I'm gonna steal it now. I reach in and I pull a rabbit out of the giant hat.
Yes. A hole. James.
Yeah, reach in, grab the ship, you know.
And pull it out.
Can he make a heroics check and I make a magic check?
You can make a heroics check. He doesn't need to make a magic check at this point. A heroics check will do just fine.
He makes the magic check to make it look awesome.
If he wishes to.
Hell yes!
In fact, even though it is out of turn for you, you need a magic check to try and claim credit for it.
And he's got, yeah, and he can make it look like a cool trick.
I will make it by 6.
All right, he's made it by 6.
Come on, hero. No, no, no.
Oh!
No,
no.
No.
Oh no, something happened.
He got a 24.
That is a critical
Yeah,
failure.
that's about as bad as it gets, folks.
That is as bad as it gets.
It is the absolute worst possible roll you can get in Tri-Stat.
Whoa.
Which consequently comes with the worst possible outcome.
I have fallen in, haven't I?
Indeed, you have fallen into the hole.
What was that thump?
You pulled off what you were aiming to do, but his magic was just so fast that you kind of just swapped.
Oh, so we're out and he's in?
What?
I was picturing him splattered on like the sunroof of the armadillo.
Foxman, am I to understand that in your attempt to reach into the hole and pull out the ship, you failed to get it up?
No, we are up. He is down.
Okay, let's go back just a little bit here. Something about that statement seemed wrong, and that's fine.
There was nothing wrong with that statement. Where
What?
are we right now? I'm so confused.
You are on board piloting the Armadillo
Okay.
on the planet Dojo.
Yeah, we're still there. Okay.
We're above
Have
the
not
paper
left.
now.
Though you can't really call it much of a planet anymore.
Okay.
We're above the paper.
So basically, what happened was I
It's more
tried
of an
to
ink
steal
stain.
your idea, and of course, it was I shouldn't have done that because your idea was terrible, and now I'm stuck in this hole.
The
we're
cartoon
still-
parts of you are just sort of
No, you're out of
hanging
it
there.
now.
Are we? Are we?
You have made it out.
We're
You
out.
swapped places.
But
that
the
was his
squid is
critical
still
failure.
there.
It's still there. Somehow he managed
Oh,
to
for
swap
crying out
places
loud.
with you and put himself underneath the giant devourer worm. And in your case, you're not a ship, but rather than just falling through the hole, like your animated parts are just hanging limply, unable to get any traction or grip anything. Your real parts feel like you're laying on a sheet of paper.
Oh.
So
Kitt!
You're gonna want to get me soon.
is Sojourn out of the hole as well?
Sojourn is never went into the hole.
So
Ah! Just screaming down.
overall, I do
Kitt!
feel obliged to point out that 3 of the 4 of us are currently in a safe position. It would be possible to leave the planet.
Presto!
And as that is a majority of the team, we would
Presto!
be emerging victorious.
No,
Presto, no.
Normally,
No.
I think it would be something that Presto would totally go for. However, as being is that Kitt just completely blundered, and he has the opportunity to shove that in his face.
That's true.
He will not pass up that opportunity. He will save his life, if only to put the blunder back in his face again, daily, forever.
Yeah, come on, Presto. Don't you want to complain to him about this later?
I'll never live this down, Presto.
Oh, fine, if I must.
Of course you must. It's our
I would
team.
like to, with my piloting acumen, extend the spiky pincer on the armadillo and fly straight into the squid. However, I would like to do it in the most fantastical, magical way possible. Once again, relying on my amazing skills with sharp objects.
The worm, right? We're pumped the worm.
The worm.
Thing, not the squid.
And as we know that I will be able to safely insert the tail end of this armadillo into the squid without hurting it, everything should go swimmingly well.
Is this not the time for
All
you
right,
to point
Cadet.
out your track record with this particular trick?
I make my piloting check. And I make my real magic check.
Why do I hear the sound of unsheathing metal?
It is
That's
the,
precisely what you hear.
It's the tail of the
With
armadillo.
a
I
perfect
fashioned
maneuver,
it.
you loop around,
to be a
line the
spear.
tail right up.
You
You
understand?
swear you've got it this time.
I've literally
You're
poked
gonna
a
do
hole
it.
in
It's
reality
gonna
on
be
accident.
perfect, and then the pin slides clean into the worm.
Well,
Oh,
we're
how
foxed
unfortunate.
now.
And then I'd like to pull forward and remove the worm from the hole.
The worm's just on top of the hole. But you're unplugging the cord.
You're unplugging
the hole.
I got it.
Pulling the ship backwards, it strains and struggles, but it has the giant worm above the hole. God, this is sounding horrible for a second.
Not if you call attention to it.
Ah,
Yeah.
How is the-
I gotta work on my writing,
You just
man.
stop talking about the huge meaty space worm floating precariously above the hole. Then maybe we can all get our minds off of it.
Is the worm...
You filthy
I mean, the
animal.
worm is fine, right? It wasn't hurt in this process.
Moderately, but if you recall from your
Just the
previous
tip.
encounter to space worm, just the tip never does it.
Ah.
I thought he destroyed the tip.
I'd like to drop the worm then on the planet and go back after Foxman.
Not with the spear, please. Not with the spear.
Dropping it on the planet, Sojourn, you are alone now and in this thing's mouth.
I'm in its mouth.
It didn't let you go just
Oh,
because
for-
Foxman got out.
All my little sloth limbs are like holding on.
You had a great protection service before with, a very real Kitt Foxman completely immune. But, yeah, stop it, stop it, stop it.
I have to go laugh in the other room.
I can hear your thinking.
Okay, so I'm in the mouth of the worm.
I thought I had one more week before I had to put up with my pervert cast.
Oh, what?
Are you kidding?
Seriously.
So we're all very perverted, I feel like. Okay, I'm in its mouth. I'm in the worm's mouth.
Yes. You're in the worm's mouth.
Can I talk to it?
You know, you never tried talking to the Devourer the last time you guys ran through. But then again, it just ate everything, so that kind of was a dampener to conversations.
But it hasn't eaten me.
It's certainly tried.
But it's not succeeding. You can't chew me. For some reason, worm.
That's her John Cena catchphrase.
You can't.
You can't chew me.
You can't chew me. Hello? Worm? Hello?
There does not seem to be a response from the worm other than its continued efforts to grind you into a nice mealy pulp in its teeth.
Okay, I want to persuade it to stop.
Supposed
You know, I'm not a good little sloth. I'm not gonna taste good. I drink lots of vitamins each day, and I do yoga a lot, which means that my muscles are all like
And she had
chewy.
asparagus for breakfast.
And yes, I want to persuade it. Can I roll my persuasion here?
You're all persuade, but I'm
If
thinking-
anybody can talk that worm into spitting you out, it's Aquamarine.
Yes, I got it right on the nose here.
Somehow, some way, you convince a creature that cannot even communicate that you would taste bad.
It's because I just keep
Like a
talking.
monster made out of
No,
discarded fast food, trust me, it can be done.
It's just not gonna taste very good, worm. It's not gonna be good.
I'll digest slowly.
Yeah. Oh, the slowest. I won't even digest. I'll just be like McDonald's French fries in your tummy. That's what I'll be.
Somehow you convince it to not eat you.
Ha!
I don't know how to explain this other than this show continues to defy anything
Don't
that is
you
even
dare swallow
remotely
me, monster.
realistic.
If you swallow me, you'll be so plugged up you'll think the Sarlacc had diarrhea.
Ooh. Yeah, I say that. I say that.
That gets you some serious nerd credibility with the Devourer worm.
Yeah, the good. See, worm. You don't want to destroy this brain.
The worm commences to bitch about Ryan Johnson for the next 35 minutes.
Tell me all about this worm. This is me in it.
After Sojourn, it is in 19, and it is proceeding to tell you all about, without words and a language or any form of communication, you having an in-depth conversation on the subject.
Wow, you are really, really smart, worm. You want to eat some mac and cheese together sometime?
While this conversation is happening, you can see another tear forming. As it pulls open, the mosquito men who attempted to infest Mammal on last season come spilling out.
Foxman, what have you done?
And flowing through like a river behind them is ink, black, red, and blue. And the characters and creatures nearest to where that tear happens just sort of pop into ink that just splatters like Rorschach tests.
Ooh, I know that one.
Oh, okay. I'm going back. I know that's a lot of moving. I'm sorry. Oh, we're gonna have to do stuff. I need to be able to do stuff and not be crazy.
Can the worm drop me off with my friends?
Well, you're still having a very in-depth
Okay, we're
conversation. It's very fixated on this subject.
Okay.
You got him off on this tangent now.
I'm coming. We're coming for you.
Okay, I'll keep him talking or whatever he's doing to communicate with me.
Have we picked him up yet?
You've gotten a hold of Fox.
Oh, good.
Somehow you gotta find a way to slip Sojourn out, evade these crazy mosquito men, and do something about these rivers of ink.
Okay.
Sounds easy, right?
Yes.
You got this.
Sojourn has convinced the worm.
She's in a conversation
Friends.
without involving words or movement.
But the three of us are on the ship.
Super slow.
Is there a
It's
way?
very intimate.
Is there a way for you to convince the worm? No, probably not. To be
I could
eaten
do
by
it.
the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes leave us alone and eat the big.
Where
juicy
in the worm are you?
Mouth.
Oh, okay. I'll be right there.
Okay, I'll be here.
Just got you back, Foxman. Must we go through this
I
again?
think we probably must. Yes, eject.
There is a door!
There is a door. We just brought you through it. Why must you leave that way?
It's very expensive.
Captain's
Every
chair has an
time.
ejection seat. Gonna use it.
It's very
Why have I
expensive.
never ejected you randomly?
Because you don't have the thumbprint to do so.
That was the first thing he installed in the armadillo.
Priscilla, make a note. Take a latex rubbing Foxman's thumbprint someday.
These events have distinctly confused Priscilla, who's now on the 5th round of folding and unfolding Presto's clothes.
Latex rubbing.
Excellent, Priscilla.
Making sure to distinctly organize and label everything precisely as Presto makes her.
Excellent,
every
Priscilla.
single day.
So I'm going for the flying catch. I'm just gonna like fly right through the front of the
right
head of the
like
worm,
that?
right out the bottom, like so.
Yeah, just like that.
Real hands first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only. I mean, if I'm gonna go body first, that would just crush me. But if I go hands first, it will crush it.
All right.
Okay, be prepared to receive giant hug.
I'm always ready to receive giant hug.
Inside the mouth of the worm, it starts to fidget and twist and
Weird.
writhe, and part of it just kind of separates. It's like, and Kitt just comes launching through, his hands pushing aside flesh and blood and bone like it's ink on a page.
Whoa. Whoa, Kitt.
Big hug. And we just keep flying through.
Held in his arms is a very unique situation. You are two-dimensional, being held in a three-dimensional hug.
Well,
It's a unique
that's why she used to
experience.
hug me.
It's a unique experience.
We're vibrating on a higher plane.
May I deploy?
No, we're vibrating on different frequencies.
May I deploy the fishing hook?
Yes, you may deploy the fishing hook.
Thank you. I have obviously fashioned this at some other point.
Right.
And I beat it by a crap ton, so I fish.
The worm has a giant hole in it now and is just writhing on the ground as you fish hook and bring up.
I'd like to catch him by the seat of the pants. So
The seat of
kind
the pants is still cartoony,
Yes,
so you are
that's
able
where
to
I
do
would
so.
like to catch him.
But as you bring him on board, you see the fur has grown down. It's almost to his belly button, and on his back, almost to his waistband. It's seemingly just stopped at his neck.
This is for Foxman?
Yeah, in a perfect ring.
Oh, Foxman.
His head is perfectly animated
You're
still.
finally becoming a man.
The rest of him is furry and three-dimensional, from waist to neck to hands.
Wait, from waist to. Okay, no, I'm still me. That was not something I was prepared for.
What's happening? Professor, do you have any ideas?
The mosquito men are swarming among various people, and where they poke their proboscis into them. Before, where they would drain all these mammals, and you had to fight off the infestation on Mamelon. Now, when they stab into them, they just pop.
The people pop. Or
The mammals,
animation, the mammals.
they don't differentiate between the chameleons, the lizards, the mammals, the birds. They don't care. And anything, they just pop. And the
Not
things
sure-
that get too close to those rivers of ink,
I'm not sure we
Pop.
can actually save the world this time, guys.
That's what I've been saying. We should
it
leave.
oozes
May I
and melts around you.
May I deploy the DEET spray?
Everything once again goes blue, and you hear a long, loud tone.
Oh,
I'm not going to sustain it
Thank
as long
you.
as it does, but you know the tone I'm talking about. It. You've heard it on the radio. You've seen it on your television set. This
Now
is
you
the
can have
emergency
it all.
broadcast system. This is not a test. Please proceed to your nearest designated emergency preparedness facility. I repeat, this is not a test. Followed by a deafening sound of static on a television set.
What?
Swaths of the landscape are black and white. Some of it are in color. Entire patches have worn away into black and white fuzzy static. The planet
Are we
is
back?
fading,
Oh yeah, because you're stuck.
and you are back.
Why are we not leaving the planet yet?
Well, we were in a freeze frame for like 2 minutes.
What are you talking about, Foxman?
The tone.
Presto seems to be in full avatar,
yes.
and he is becoming more confused and erratic by the minute.
I
this
roll.
world.
I roll another behavior.
This is
thing.
ridiculous. It's time to go.
Beat it by
Convince him to shift.
shift.
Shift what? It's an
talk.
automatic.
I beat it by 10. Do something useful.
Priscilla, smoke pellets, deploy. Mosquitoes, don't like.
Very good. Thank you, Presto.
It looks like you might have to function without your famous first officer.
I have piloting.
Okay, you're gonna have to
I'm
take
a
this.
pilot, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you're too far gone, man. Unless you get a little bit of Thomas in you, you're done.
Who is a Thomas?
Exactly.
Presto, you told me 10 minutes ago that you wanted to train Sojourn in the art of piloting
Why would I want to do that?
because having an apprentice is the highest form of honor.
It's true. That's why I said it to you 20 minutes ago.
Right, can you show her how to work the controls?
Can I? Of course I can. The greatest teacher ever.
Dear Lord Presto, have Priscilla talked to him or something. Hashtag
Oh,
Metaphor.
yes.
Thank you, Chad.
There's 3 meta points now.
There you go.
There you go, old son.
Oh, fine. I go 1 point over.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Get a little
Thomas
in you.
has significantly more awareness of the current situation.
Friends and colleagues, I'd like to take this moment to apologize for
Except to you, Foxman.
except to you, Foxman, for the ass-like nature of the hair that I seem to be inhabiting right now. What did I mean by that?
I'm
okay.
sure he's a joy to watch.
Oh, he's fantastic. I keep trying to find ways to make him punch himself. Where should we go?
Away from here.
Well, considering the
You
whole
believe you have
universe.
identified the nature of what is affecting Captain Foxman.
I believe I've identified the nature of what is affecting Captain Foxman.
Well, that is actually some really good news. Could you maybe
Tell
help?
us.
I don't know. I might be able to.
Could you? Dude, come on.
What? Oh. 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 Well, it's most unfortunate. It does appear that the object of which we have been carting around is connected to the Titan Force.
Like the
What?
like the Titan Force from.
Correct, from Sentinel City.
That's impossible.
Object-
Color me
Titan.
skeptical, friend. I mean,
That's impossible.
that certainly makes a lot of sense in a weird way.
I've been a little confused from my observations, speaking right now as a player. The transformation Foxman's going through, is he looking more lifelike, so to speak? Like
Yes.
three-dimensional fox?
He's a three-dimensional, like a real person in the real world.
Real
but-
person or real
is he a
fox
person?
Like a fox person.
A real fox person.
That's
As
what I was
though he
thinking.
had
Okay.
been ripped straight out of a page and turned flesh.
Gotcha.
So like when they take an animated movie and make it
Well,
Yeah,
real
except
life.
Crash, that would explain
He
the
looks real,
third
even more than
degree
those.
of which you have been experiencing.
The anomaly is from
Dimension.
from Sentinel City. So you just said?
And it's from
Thomas?
the Titan Force.
Which we know is
Part
at
of
least
Sentinel
part
City.
of, which is part of Sentinel
But
City.
doesn't the Titan Force come from space or the
Yeah, but I
Titans?
mean from that specific metaverse, right?
Right.
In theory. But if there are anomalies, as we've been told, ripping across different metaverses, it is theoretically possible that this object may have arrived somehow, either through a tear that it created or that was created elsewhere, and its arrival here appears to have created a third dimension of sorts for this reality, which, being a cartoon of a fairly low-budget nature,
Can't really exist together.
exactly.
When you said it tore through itself, is it sentient now?
Why would it be sentient? What kind of question is that?
The Titan Force is sentient.
Oh.
Always has been.
The medallion never appeared sentient in my investigation.
I do apologize. That
Oh
was not
no,
me. That was
it's
in
not
fact
the object,
Presto
it's the
speaking.
actual power that's sentient. It's like a helper computer.
And a button. A big button.
Yeah. Kind of. That's how you access it if you're like one of the dudes.
You touch
The
it.
Titans?
Yeah, like you touch it and you say all the words and you turn it into the
In
Titan guy.
addition to its presence, though, there did appear to be a crack of some sort, as I recall.
Yes, it is broken right here. And it happened before us.
Are you
Correct.
turning into a Titan guy? A foxy Titan guy?
A foxy Titan.
Arguably, Kid Titan himself was found to be quite foxy by Bombshell.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Wow! Okay.
Yeah, but
The train's coming now. Okay.
what does that mean?
I don't know. I'm confused.
I'm worried.
Well, if it's the thing that doesn't belong here, how do we get rid of it?
Do we have to take it back from where it came from?
Or if we can't get rid of it, can we at least repair it? Or both?
Well, let's see what we can do about the canister. Maybe we can get all the Titan juice back in there.
Canister?
That's a thing, right?
Medallion,
The big thing.
cracked
It's like
thing.
It's like
I thought it was like a medallion.
I do apologize. My memory of the last, I think they called them episodes, has been a little bit sporadic of late.
Yeah, so there's like the thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a wonderful logo on it. These 3 triangles that come together to make it look like there's a T inside of a circle.
And it's just the logo itself, or is it on a
The
thing?
logo's on this like
Canister. Like a,
yeah, like a bowling
right,
ball
like that.
size of like this.
Right.
You know,
That's right.
the nice big crack on the backside that you originally thought happened in that fight, but obviously happened before that.
Right. Can I use like a ultrasound machine to kind of like beep 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 like it's a
Professor
pregnant
North
thing?
can attempt all kinds of
Okay.
things on it.
I wanna see
Tell me
this.
what you are trying to figure out.
She's
I wanna see
using a
what's inside
Titan
of it.
Force detector.
Aha!
I beat it by
Many.
9,
The Titan Force was clearly contained within here at one point.
but it is no longer.
It's an empty
it's
vessel.
Now an empty shell.
It's a shell,
Great.
a broken egg.
So we think that went to me?
Nothing else
The worm.
was happening.
What went to you?
The
Titan Force.
The
Since I
force.
touched it, that this is what this is?
You are very strong.
I'm always very strong.
There's enough overlap between Crash and any prior connections to Sentinel City and Kid Titan. It would be difficult.
Generally,
to-
most of my avatars end up pretty strong because I'm strong now. Because of the Titan Force.
Crash, what do you remember or know about the Titan Force if you can access any memories from your time with Kid Titan?
Oh, all sorts of things. I remember most of Butch. It's like being a cop. Right? So you get the badge, and then
That badge.
right, you get the badge, and it's like think of it like Green Lantern's power ring, except it's not really a source of power; it's just a symbol, right? But once you have it, then you can access the Titan Force matrix, and then you call out, and you can like change little sliders that all appear in front of you. It's pretty neat.
Are there any examples of where it came from, or by extension, how it might be able to be repaired?
Well, if it's the anomaly, it's not from this metaverse, so it would have had to have come here through, like a portal.
Well, and the repairing of it, even if we fix the egg, it's out.
So when you
So we gotta
touched
take it out of here, or we have to contain it, or we have to.
How will we contain it?
I don't know. Can I shoot juice back into it or something?
What
Touch
if-
the?
Nothing seems to be happening. Put your hands over it, touch it. Though it's the only object, besides something that actually feels normal in your 3D hands now.
But so it started to do this to you when you touched it.
Which is why I have not touched it.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
But it cracked before you touched it?
Yeah.
So maybe someone else touched it too. Is that possible?
Well, now if Titans don't exist here because this place is all animated, right?
Correct.
Correct.
So it had to come here from somewhere somehow.
Like a portal, like you said.
Maybe.
Or another pilot brought it, or
Or some sort of rip, as the ones that we've been seeing bringing these other reoccurring villains into this world.
Yeah, we've seen those before.
yeah, but these rips are all clearly animated, and whatever brought this in couldn't have been, right?
Remember when we were in the desert and I saw Tessa move through a portal?
Yeah.
Maybe it came through one of those.
Okay.
A gate.
Well, the question begs, where is the Titan Force, the essence, the spirit that was inside the ball? It's in you.
It's gotta be.
Let's
I mean,
hope.
if I feel it,
Because
it
if
just
it's
isn't-
running around elsewhere, that would be really bad.
It just doesn't feel right. It's not the way Crash remembers it.
Yeah. It's
Hollow.
no, it's not hollow.
It just
it's,
feels wrong.
Extra Titan?
The only word you can do to it just feels wrong.
it doesn't feel whole.
Fascinating.
So there's more piece. I'm picturing a gas that I know that this is just the way it's my picture. It came out of the egg, the strange shaped egg, and the spirit came out, and you got some, and then it's infecting other people. I'm hoping not.
Well,
Is
if
not?
it was cracked before we got it, who else could it have affected?
This is my point.
Who had it before we did?
This is my point.
I'm presuming it was.
It was actually just a real question, not a...
Was it the lizards?
I don't know.
Yes,
Sliss?
I think it was.
Was it Sliss?
Dun dun dun.
Sliss!
Everybody heard that, right?
Dun dun dun.
Yes. Okay, good. That's
Yeah,
not just me.
Heard the dun dun dun.
I must say the tropes of this reality are a little off-putting at times.
The whole planet is almost melted into nothing behind you. An entire swaths of galaxy have turned to grainy black and white, like on a television set. The nearby asteroid field that you took cover in, you can see Fred tearing along through the asteroids, that black and white just spreading behind him, and then right as it gets close, he tries to jettison ink and it just splatters along with him. And
Fred,
an entire
no!
swath of what you can see is just oozing black, like someone just took paint and threw it at a glass window right in front of you.
Oh, I didn't have that $50, so that's probably...
Fred. Ohio. We gotta figure this out fast.
Yeah, that was my best hiding place.
And then suddenly you receive an incoming message from Mamelon. Commodore Crowley's chief aide, Lieutenant Bruce. Captain Foxman, we need your help. Admiral Swiss and the Chameleon Empire fleet have attacked Mamelon Prime and captured Commodore Crowley. You must save us, Captain.
We're kind of in the middle of reality melt. Yeah, we'll be right there.
In the background, sounds of fighting can be heard.
Presto, set a course for Mamelon Prime. We have to go save Commander Crowley.
Again, in the middle of all of this, what kind of...
Just do it.
Good job, Presto.
Setting a
It
course.
was a good job.
You move through space,
Thank
and
you,
during this
Soldier.
time,
That
the
was wonderful.
infection, as to whatever you would call it, continues to spread on Foxman as you travel. Now that it's taken his whole torso, it's developing rather rapidly. It spreads down to his knees, and by the time you reach Mamelon space, everything but his head is solid, three-dimensional, and real.
Guys, I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Moving around in the ship has become difficult for him. Whole parts of it just kind of push away from
I'm
his
like a
feet.
giant furry paintbrush.
As he
Please
walks.
stand still. Stop walking.
We're gonna figure it out, Kitt. Just stay slow.
I'm just using my grab pack to just kind of like float as stationary as I can without touching anything.
Yes, channel that
It is
Taekwon
extraordinarily
flow.
awkward for you.
It's like playing Operation. Don't touch the sides of anything.
Arriving in system outside of Mamelon Prime, the spreading chaos is close behind. You can see the Chameleon Empire fleet of insect, spider, and scorpion cruisers attacking and decimating the Mamelon forces. Admiral Sliss's giant battleship is at its center.
Oh.
What is funny?
Nothing.
Is it his name?
No, I just got the Mamelon part.
Mamelon.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anyway.
All right.
It's a real slow burn.
Some of us are old. Some of us are very
Yes,
old.
You were saying.
That is the situation presented for you. The chaos is closing in behind you. The fleet is in front of you. Commander Crowley has been captured. Your world is falling apart.
Given the scenario that we find ourselves in, clearly the only thing that we can do is turn tail and flee!
No.
Into what?
Well, you heard him, everybody. Attack!
Yes, we have to try and help. Presto.
Yes, we should help ourselves!
So let's engage the fleet. Battle stations, everyone.
Into battle stations, you fly in classic cartoon chaos fashion, blasts of lasers flying around you.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yes.
I want everyone to tell me how you are assisting the crew to avoid either getting the ship damaged, damage other ships, or reach your destination. Tell me what special thing that you are doing, besides you, because I know you're flying the ship.
I do
I'm
one
fi-
thing, I
he's
do
flying
it
the
well, and then I move
he's
it on.
fine.
Oh,
That's why my
I'm-
finger's pointing
I
at
understand.
him.
You were looking at me.
I'm doing the evil thing I do where I look at someone and point at someone else.
I like it.
I've deployed bunches of mirrors, so I'm deftly catching with robotic mirrors their lasers and bouncing it back at them.
Brilliant. Give me a science roll for that. Sojourn, how are you helping your crew?
I'm noticing things like crazy and also defending us.
I beat it by
Because
7.
Sensors and
that's
shields.
what I do.
Sensors and shields.
Sensors and shields, and notice so am I.
And I'm on cannons.
I beat it by 7.
You're not on anything but floating in the air, Captain.
Oh, that's right. I
Foxman.
can't touch cannons.
Someone else is going to have to
Priscilla!
operate those things.
Priscilla, cannons.
And I can't even activate my own jetpack
Priscilla
anymore.
hops along, climbs up next to you, takes 3 or 4 jumps. Button doesn't go down. 3 or 4 more jumps. Runs back to your dresser, grabs your giant bottle of cologne, drags it across the floor, climbs up, pulls it up, jumps up on the button again, and this time it presses and the cannon fires.
Excellent, Priscilla. Next time, do that first.
Just carry around the cologne.
I love Priscilla. I give Priscilla a little high five with my slothy hand. A high toe.
It's a whole foot for her.
Oh, foot, high toe.
Yeah. Same thing. Precisely. That's the only language Priscilla's ever spoken. Presto seems to understand it, or at least claims to. We're not sure what the truth
Of
is.
course I understand, Priscilla.
Well, Aquamarine has 8+ languages, so she probably
Thank you,
one of
Priscilla.
them
That
is
was quite kind.
cartoon bugs.
You're pretty sure that Priscilla speaks a dialect of a language called complaining, and that Presto is really,
I'm
really
quite
good
fluent
at
in
it.
Complanese.
company.
Seems to be all that she does is complain about the various tasks set for her by Presto.
I feel you, Priscilla. We'll help
Most
you
of them are highly tedious in nature, like laundry, dishes.
That reminds me, Priscilla, are my good clothes set up in case this goes sideways?
Presto, Priscilla is saving us right now. Let her do her button pushing.
My apologies, yes, I will allow her to do that right now.
Yeah. Good, yeah.
And just for the record, critical success for her shot on that.
Nice.
She destroyed an entire battleship herself.
Whoa.
Pure luck.
Yes, Priscilla.
Make your way to the center of the fleet. You find the battleship of Admiral Sliss. Knowing Commodore Crowley is held prisoner aboard.
He's such a cute little
Can I use?
Your proximity to the ship makes Foxman begin to glow a bright red energy from all of his real parts.
You are glowing red, Kitt.
I get out my what are those things called
Kooky.
that measure radiation? Geigometer, Geiger counter. I get out my Geiger counter and I'm like,
Geiger.
The jetpack is no longer necessary.
It's good because it smudged away last time I tried to activate it.
does the Geiger counter do anything?
Not a thing. But Foxman is flying,
He's not radioactive.
surrounded in red energy, which stops at his neck. Gives him a nice, beautiful collar.
How do you feel right now?
Foxman, do not smudge the ship.
Does the red energy still really?
The red doesn't seem to do anything. It still requires your physical contact with things to do it. It just seems to be glowing. As you're closing on the battleship and getting close to it, it is growing brighter.
I use more and more implements to
So we're
measure
getting
him.
closer to whatever it was that's causing this. Unless
makes
it's
sense.
just me
Do any of
or
my
the other part of it.
any of my tools measure him in any way?
No, measure outside the ship. See which way we need to go.
Okay, I will. May I use the readings I get from him to fine tune like a you know when they search for water, like a
Dowsing
I
stick.
believe.
like a
a dowsing stick.
A dowsing stick. I kind of want to
you could try that.
get that from him and dowsing stick where it is in the big ship.
Give me a relatively related science roll. Give me
All right. No, but I have a +6 from Patreon, so
There
I
you
beat
go.
it by 5.
Yes.
You build a device very quickly, and like a dowsing wand, it pinpoints the location as that battleship in the center of the fleet. Just as a critical strike from a Chameleon Empire ship disables the armadillo, sending it into a slow spin.
Wait a minute.
That's impossible.
How did we get disabled? We've never been disabled before. That's just.
What what disabled us exactly?
You're not quite sure. It seemed to come from that battleship.
Can I retaliate some kind of way because of my defense?
I have mirrors.
Send it back to them.
You're dead in the water.
Okay, everybody. Grab hold. We're boarding.
Okay.
What?
Apparently, Kitt.
Okay, let's do it. I jump on Kitt.
Grabbing onto him is difficult, but you find if you use yourself and just basically use him as a solid object.
Use whatever clothes are left and hold on to those.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, his ears make great handles.
Oh, in that case, happily.
Sorry, Kitt.
It smarts.
Yes, it does. I fly right over.
If
Wait, I have
if
medicine
you'd
for
like
that.
an ear, I'll take the tail.
I give him
Okay.
medicine to help his ears. Oh yeah, I did it.
You hand him some ink and paper.
I'm clinging to his arm like a sloth would.
Medicine. I need it by a lot. I fix you.
You essentially painted on him.
Feel better?
Hanging on to him, Foxman flies you out into space. The red energy seems to form a protective little sphere around you as you
nice.
cross
Breathe.
the void. You don't need to breathe your cartoons.
This is all perfectly natural. This is
Not
perfectly
your
natural.
first time
This is not
spacewalking
something
without a
to worry about.
spacesuit.
No way, shape, or form is this dangerous.
Usually you
Everything's
just have to
fine.
wear a little helmet, right?
Yep, you wear the little glass helmet and that's
you're
all
good to
they
go.
need.
Good to go.
There's not even an oxygen supply.
No.
It's just
Everything's fine.
everybody wears them. It's cool.
Yeah.
So you do. And this time you're not.
Everything's fine. Not worried. Everything's fine.
It's
Flying
funny.
across space, you fly straight into the hangar of the battleship. Awaiting are croc soldiers and monitor wizards spread out before you, as though someone anticipated this. Standing on a walkway above is Admiral Sliss, as distinctly real as Foxman, from the top of his head to the beginning of his tail, which remains distinctly animated.
Oh, well.
His tail is
That's some
animated.
shit.
Oh, wow. Him too.
You are no match for my powers now, Foxman! Roll initiative.
Wow.
So much.
Wow.
So, 26. Crappy.
18.
I rolled an 18
Crappier.
too. 18.
17.
All right, good.
So 17 presto,
Yeah.
No, that's.
That's bad.
18 was north,
Both of us.
north and sojourn.
No, it's just 16. I don't get that.
And Kitt,
Hold on. So 6 plus 4. 6 plus 16.
22.
22 for Kitt. 14. And 17 for my bad.
I like that this would be the battle music of like a 1970s cartoon.
It is very fitting, though this is. I'm not gonna say when this is because you don't get to know.
And if the Titan power glommed onto Kitt because he previously has had this power, then does that mean that Sliss had something to do with Titan power also?
He shouldn't have.
How do we?
Maybe it just infected him.
I
Like
Kitt
an
Foxman,
airborne
at
virus.
22, you will be going first.
I see. All right, I draw my pistol and I go to fire it and realize that it has melted in my hand.
Yeah, it's kind of just.
I planned that.
Oh no.
Kitt holds his
Kitt.
hands up in front of him.
In a taekwondo slow fighting pose.
Good job. They won't see you that way.
What is Sliss again?
A cobra.
A cobra.
Oh. So part of the cobra is real cobra, but then
The
top
tail
and
is
the bottom
not.
are not.
The tail is distinctly animated.
So the part that is not dangerous at all, really.
Oh, is his head animated too?
Yeah.
No, his head is fully real, just like Kitt Foxman's
Okay,
body.
so opposite.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes, in fact, it is the exact opposite of Kitt Foxman. How astute of you!
Thank you.
Are you paying attention at home, boys and girls?
Astute.
So he's just real here. Sliss is just.
Well,
real.
no, he's real here, and where Foxman stops at his head, Sliss stops at his tail.
Okay.
Which, for him, it's a tail, and a regular snake, it's all what. But when they stand up, they
It's the
count.
part on the-
The count that's on the ground.
The part that's
that's
on
what
the
they
ground.
count as the tail.
Yeah.
For the Communion Empire snakes, who also happen to somehow have arms Don't get me started. It was the animators. There was a strike. Just leave it alone. They have arms and they're snakes. Deal with it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kitt holds his hands up before him. Well, Sojourn and North both have an 18 and will go next. So amongst yourselves, decide who will be first. If you want to rock, paper, scissors, you just want to pick. However you do that you think is fair between the two of you. You can also, knife fight to the death over it, but we really discourage that on a live stream.
Do that.
We would never ever do that.
Or at least not without taking proper wagers first.
I am just going to try hitting the tail part because that's the part I know I can interact with. With my giant claw paws. I have built-in weapons.
Claw paws.
There is Sliss. There are two of the ridiculously large crocodile soldiers with the flamethrowers.
Are they both animated?
They are both distinctly animated.
I will focus on
And there are
the-
16 of the monitor lizard soldiers. It's almost as though you walked into an ambush.
Sliss is the only cobra, correct?
Yes. Most snakes are of the red racer variety and of pilots in the Community Empire.
Okay. I would like to.
But this cobra is the commander.
He's hooded.
I would like.
I waited 3 episodes for some of those jokes.
Was it worth it?
No.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So, there computer operating systems around.
Oh, all kinds.
Okay.
You are in a hangar right now.
Great, I'm
Filled
gonna-
with ships and personnel.
Okay. I want to try to fight the closest one to me. Just kind of swipe at the closest enemy of whatever.
You are easily within reach of a monitor lizard soldier.
Okay. What am I doing this to?
That depends on what you're using for. You're doing a paw swipe, so you're just going to be rolling against your ACV unless you're using a fighting skill that you possess.
I don't think I have. I have fighting 8, but I still made it. So
Okay.
no, I missed
Yeah, fighting is not Professor North's strong skill.
it. No.
Not spending a lot of time in the gym on combatives there.
No. I could sit on people.
Very, very, very well. That's definitely a fact.
In fact, since I failed that, I probably fell down.
It is distinctly possible. You, in fact, did fall down, being incredibly clumsy. Sojourn North has fallen down, taking a swipe at one of the monitor wizards. Kitt is holding a decent Taekwon slow pose.
Good job.
And the creepy Admiral Sliss looks kind of real. It's really creepy. I mean, scales, a snake head that's really big. It's really creepy.
It's too creepy. I want to be stealth about going straight to Sliss without the other lizards noticing me.
Give me a stealth check.
Really slow and slothy. Ooh, I
Ooh.
failed it.
You're in a rush. You're doing things too quickly.
Well, I can use my +5 here and
You
beat it by
could.
4. So I'm gonna do that.
Make sure to thank our fiance.
Oh, thank you so much. I love you. I really
Once again, chat saves the day.
Thank you, True.
every time.
Every time, all the time.
At least 4 times.
At least. All right. Where's Priscilla? By the way,
Priscilla's back on board the ship still.
she's safe. Okay, yeah. So I beat it by
She's
4
making
now.
sure that Presto's good clothes are out, pressed, and ironed.
Danger is never
You don't
time for
deserve
bad
her.
manners.
Not
He knows.
deserve. Okay, so yeah, stealth now. Beat by 4.
All right, you
Wanna get to
slip
Sliss.
between them and make your way up towards the guardrail that Sliss is upon.
Like a sloth, like a little sloth.
Presto, you and I both have a 17, so let's find out which one of us is going to go first, shall we?
Well, clearly I should.
I disagree.
Well, that's why you
Oh,
said
so
it.
you want to argue, huh?
You'd like to have a complaint off? Challenge accepted.
I'm not good at
I make my
complaining.
check.
I'm not very good at complaining.
Huh, that's nice to know about you.
There's monitor
Either
lizards,
or, I'm indifferent.
Sliss, and
Croc soldiers, which are the really
Croc
big
soldiers.
giant things with the flamethrowers.
I'll happily go last.
Just grab a dice.
No, I'm good. I'll go last.
Fine then. You'll regret that.
Foxman.
No, you probably won't, but Foxman will.
Damn it.
Sliss raises up because it's his turn on the 17th. A little faster than the others. His eyes glow brightly. And the all too familiar beams of ultravision fly from his eyes and strike you. You've seen ultravision before, some of you, back on Sentinel City.
Yeah.
Seen it destroy people, buildings, just about anything. There's not much that can withstand the Titan Force ultravision. And the impact is catastrophic. Because these beams of ultravision flying from Slizz's eyes are three-dimensional and real. And the area around Foxman is just completely obliterated to white. Like paper white. Just pure
Foxman!
white. And as the
No,
smoke,
I always loved you. I mean,
as the smoke clears away, Foxman is there, on one knee in the perfect hero's pose.
Yes!
His hands up in front of him. A pair of scorched and beat up looking boots on his feet. A chest plate with that same symbol. The triangles forming a T, dented as though it had been punched. And the rest of a red, black, and yellow suit from neck to feet.
guys, I did not do this.
But his head's an animated fox still.
His head is still an animated fox. And it's really smudged. That is really smudged. He is almost unidentifiable. It's an orange blot
More medicine.
on top of just an orange blot.
What's up? Wait, what's the orange block?
His face.
His head.
His face.
His head is just an orange blot.
I medicined him.
Not a good look for you, Foxman.
On the plus side, you are now distinctly the best looking member of the crew.
Now?
Wait a minute. Are you saying that my face is messed up?
Panicked by the aspect of your face, the croc soldiers and monitor lizards move on our remaining heroes, which, being that they do not detect Sojourn and they cannot reach across the paper to get Foxman, they will be solely attacking Presto and Professor North.
Where's the anomaly?
I can't answer that question.
Okay.
I'm right here.
Okay, you can't tell me.
Well, Kitt, make us proud. Hashtag cool rule.
Oh
Thanks, chat.
Thanks, chat.
So how many monitor lizards, how many alligators?
16 monitor lizards, 2 crocodile soldiers.
They're the flamethrower ones
They're the
again?
big guys with flamethrowers, with very little
Thank
regard
you.
for their own safety or anyone else's.
else.
As long as they get to set things on fire.
Damn it.
They're kind of hotheads.
Hot heads.
Don't look at me like that. You would have taken the low-hanging fruit too.
I would have, it's true. Yeah.
5 of the monitor wizards dogpile onto Professor North, pummeling away. 2 of them with successes.
Nope. Nope.
I like that you're the only character that's got a defensive value that's lower than Butch's. Well, it's higher than Butch's, but
It's still not.
it's almost as low as
Each one of
Butch's.
those is a 20 damage strike.
So I'm at
And
80.
you will have to make 2 separate anger management checks. One at -2, and then one at -4 for the second impact.
Don't forget your Patreon armor.
And yeah, don't forget that Patreon armor.
I had
It's
20.
nice stuff. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So this is at the -2. I beat it. My anger management. Oh, there I guess. And this is for the -4? We said. No, didn't beat that.
Uh-oh. Professor North is very unhappy at this point.
And again, I do the thing where my head goes back and forth and whips the glasses off in rage. Right?
Yeah.
That's what
Yes. Of the 10 remaining monitor lizards, 5 rush up to reinforce Sliss
Is
on
what
the
Paul
balcony.
Winston.
5 more use their monitor lizard ray guns to try and shoot you, Preston.
That's quite rude.
Not as rude as my dice. I have 0 successes.
As well you should.
The 2 crocodile soldiers are just going to fill the entire hangar with flame, forcing everyone who isn't immune to fire or Titan powered at the moment,
Oh, because it's still just a cartoon, right?
because it's still cartoon fire. It's drawn. You can kind of just push it out of the way. It's not even really affecting you so much. But everyone else, please give me a form of defense that you will use to evade this giant, growing ball of fire. And while you're doing that, I'm going to make some rolls for these monitor lizards because they're not in the clear either.
Fair enough.
The one drawback to using croc soldiers, they don't really care about other soldiers. They're rather cold-blooded.
And hot-headed at the same time.
There were some nice grunts. I knew I could reach your reptile brains in there somewhere.
Really? Okay, guy.
Okay, I went over the line with that one. All right, you win.
Yeah, scale it back a bit.
Oh, we're just a couple of dinosaurs, are we?
How old are you?
I like him.
Crocs with socks, if you will.
Find out later.
Oh, that's definitely broken.
Meow, meow, meow. Question mark.
Break!
Just give
I
him a second.
apologize.
30-second commercial
So the
break.
crocodile flamethrowers, like so.
They scorched several of those monitor lizard soldiers beyond recognition, which in cartoon world means that they're black on the outside and then they crumble into dust and their eyeballs land on top
Right.
of the pile.
Yeah.
We've seen this attack before, and that exact animation.
In fact, you're
They're
certain it
reusing
is
to
the
save money.
exact animation. Like, they don't seem to differentiate who the eyeball and pile of ash
It always
is.
looks like the same guy jumping out of the ship and parachuting as it explodes.
Imagine that. It's a distinct impossibility. That is the end of the Croc Soldiers and Sliss, putting us back to the top of the round, except we'd skip you if we do that.
Yeah,
Because you pushed yourself to go last.
I was willing to go last. So explain to me again the situation. So we find ourselves on board the
You
ship.
were in the hangar of the Scorpion-class battleship of Admiral Sliss.
Sliss is currently engaged in deadly combat with Foxman.
He's up on the little balcony overlooking the hangar, and he let him have it with Ultravision, which
The
Thomas is somewhat familiar with.
Two crocodilian-type flame-throwing creatures are
Who are
down
tall
on the
enough
level.
that they're pretty much eye level with Sliss without even being on the balcony.
Fascinating. And many of the monitor lizards are also down, piling on poor Professor North.
Yeah, in fact, the two that got toasted were on Professor North.
They were a heat shield.
How do the flamethrower devices work?
With cartoon power.
Cartoon power.
Yeah, they point them, flame comes out. You do things to them, things happen to them. It's a cartoon.
Interesting. What kind of spacesuits are the lizards wearing?
They're currently not wearing any, as we've established in
Standard
to
chameleon battle armor.
To exit into space in Galaxy Tales, one just simply puts the glass helmet on, only because it is stylish, not because atmosphere is needed, or a vacuum is that exists.
I understand. Fascinating. And you said we're in a hangar.
You are in a hangar.
What else is in the hangar?
Lots and lots of Red Racer Snake fighter ships.
Fascinating. As Thomas, I'd like to commandeer one.
You've got yourself a fighter ship.
And I'd like to start firing upon the monitor lizards. No, I take that back. The flamethrowers.
You go ahead and give me we'll make it a piloting check for firing those weapons on board that ship at that crocodile soldier.
I will make it by 9.
You strike him solidly, and the heavy weapons of the Red Racer ship are more than a match for the heavy armor worn by the Croc soldier. And you distinctly wound him, bringing him to one knee.
Ooh, and it's not a power pose.
No, it is not a power pose. And
It's a weak pose.
something you've never been able to do with even magic or a handheld weapon against crocodile soldiers.
Oh, we'll be using this more often.
It was rather effective.
Wow.
Kitt Foxman.
Actually, then I'd also like to
22.
leap
Now,
up
I
to
know
the
they
ship.
paid for that. I kind of want to use it.
I've got a melted gun.
Cool rule.
I kind of want to use that cool.
Well, if we're at the top, then we can.
You can. Hey, you don't have to go first.
Ah! That was
You know, I
exciting.
guess we could use the cool rule, clean things up a little.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and do that rule.
Rule of cool!
Thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat. Now we do the reverse initiative.
Time for the
typically.
potential to introduce a little chaos. Hashtag meltdown, hashtag system shock.
Your timing is impeccable.
Yes.
Oh, I knew
shoot.
what I
You
was about
think
to
I'm
do
gonna?
too.
Oh no, we're not just gonna start this rule cool. We're gonna have to.
I'm not doing both.
Oh dang.
I won't do both to you.
You
I'm
can't.
saving one.
You can. He just hates it when you do.
I think it's a waste of their money. Yeah.
I'm saving one. What I
Well, that's fair.
really do want to do,
I think if they
because
buy
of
three things, we give them three things.
That's fair.
because of our current situation, I feel like a system shock would be really fun to make. this
And we're
really
at
cool.
boosted abilities, everybody.
Woo!
Holy crap! Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, chat.
You guys are awesome.
All right.
Thank
Oh
you.
no, that's okay.
So we're-
Okay, it's fine.
I want to do a system
Everything's
shock.
fine.
I'm not going to do the meta meltdown,
But-
but I am going to do the system shock and the rule of cool.
Okay, that makes sense.
I want you to be in a random place when you're coming up with this cool idea.
Okay.
Do it.
Hopefully, I can force, a psychiatric doctor to handle a rage bear.
Thank you, by the way, Miss Winter.
Yes, thank
Yes,
you very
thank you.
much. We're going to start on this end of the table. And we're going to make you full pilot, Mr. Jackson.
Still glowing?
Still glowing.
Good to know.
Nothing has changed as far as that goes. On this end of the table, we are also going to go full pilot.
Full P. Full P.
On this end, go one towards Avatar.
Cool. A little more sloppy.
And with Thomas, let's do one away from pilot.
Can I spend 2 meta points?
We only have 2 meta points.
If you want to spend them before you start that rule of cool,
Do you have a
I
Jennifer?
really do.
but you do have. Oh no,
She doesn't
I
have
don't
a
have a buff.
Okay.
I'll let you use my buff.
Yeah, can I use my buff for you? Who would do that?
That'd be awesome.
And now let's go backwards
Check,
through and
check,
use
check.
that rule of cool.
Yeah, should. Wait, sorry, using the points or no?
She's using a buff.
Whose buff am I using?
You can use my buff.
Okay. I'll use her buff and thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat.
And then we can keep those 2.
Keep those
Done.
2 meta
Thank you.
points.
Fixed.
Okay.
Now the bottom one, our worst score on initiative was Presto. So you're gonna have to give us your rule of cool first, and Foxman's gonna be last.
Did I hear that we just went to boosted abilities?
Yes.
Did we just go to boosted abilities?
Yes.
Yes.
We
Yes.
just went to boosted. So you have a rule of cool with boosted. You couldn't possibly have a better scenario to work with. If this isn't your best rule of cool ever, it's because I gave you a crappy situation to work with.
Say that. Don't say that.
So what I'd like to do in this situation is I would like to make use of Thomas's buff and ability to borrow from his friends and coworkers. And in this case specifically, I'd actually like to borrow Haxor and the ability to target multiple opponents at once. However, what I'd like to do with it is to combine it with the boosted ability to take over an individual vehicle. And I'd like to take over all of the red razors that are in this hangar right now, unload all of their firepower upon the gators and any remaining monitor lizards that are not taken down by the rest of the team.
That's pretty brutal and pretty cool. All the ships.
All the ships engage. That's what I'd like to do.
All the ships engage. Okay.
I can do it.
If you're ready to go, go for it.
Okay. So, I am an angry bear, but I'm also a very rational psychiatrist. And, okay. And so the angry bear still has some sentient knowledge of pop culture and has
Pretty much.
identified one of the monitor lizards as Monitor Lewinsky Lizard, and as such, Monitor Lewinsky Lizard is very good with lubrication, and so is going to cool down one of
Guys,
the
stay here. Keep
one
going,
of
girl.
the gun of the standing upright crocodile thing. So is going to wet that to make it unusable, and scientifically it's going to happen based on Professor North rerouting the biogenetic molecular converter so that the Monica Lewinsky lizard, or no, I'm sorry, the Monitor Lewinsky lizard can do that.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Monitor Lewinsky Lizard. He needs his sauce.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna monitor Lewinsky lizard cool down the flamethrower.
You can tell which way is the one with the dirty blue jumpsuit with the cigar.
Yeah, they have a little beret too.
Can't ever get that stain out.
Gross, guys. Super good. Okay.
Well done.
Monitor Lewinsky.
That's good.
Well, everybody. So you got your boot. What kind of boots does Kitt have right now? What are they? Look like? What do they look like?
They're rocking.
Those are rocket boots.
Okay. I'm right by Sliss, right? I'm right there.
Oh yeah, you think you snuck right up on him.
Okay, I want to be super brave and I want to grab this tail because it's animated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to like swing it around and somehow communicate to Kitt over there to somehow, whilst I've got him swinging above my head, to
You're
use
swinging Sliss?
Sliss. This is my really cool
By the
idea.
animated
This is what I want to do.
portion.
Grab the animated part with him not knowing because I'm stealth and sneaking up behind him to swing him towards Kitt to somehow get him with his non-animated part to his non-animated part as I'm holding his animated part. That's what I want to do because I'm right there. I want you to defeat Sliss so hard.
I never touched that animated part.
Anyway, I thought that would be cool. To dramatically sacrifice
This
myself.
is why you wear sunglasses. I get it now.
To sacrifice myself to
Oh, I can't bear to look at any of you.
Is my rule of cool not a good is
No,
it a
yours
bad
is good.
idea?
It's very good. It's very
Okay,
good.
great. We're still laughing at Monitor okay, great.
Monitor Lewinsky.
We're still laughing. Okay, good.
With apparently.
It's basically like
apparently
music
Duck
orgy in a
Clinton.
rule of cool. So,
Yeah, we've done that one already.
Bill Clinton.
Oh, duck, I get it.
All right, so I'm gonna grab that and not that grab the animated lizard part to aim the non-animated snake part at Kitt and be like, Kitt, use your non-animated parts. You know exactly what I mean, though.
Oh, we know exactly what you mean.
I just mean his snake part and boots.
You know, I have to really think about all the subject matter before I write any more episodes ever again. I'm dealing with 12-year-olds.
Yep.
I am
but
34.
12-year-olds who were alive in the 90s and,
I know about
and really like punks.
I know about Monitor Lewinsky's.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
So let's
right
call
now.
that helicopter
The lady's
snake.
still getting slut shamed 20 years later. Congratulations, people. You've managed to grow up a lot.
I was always rather proud of her.
She was very brave.
Hey, how many people? Never mind.
We could talk about it off camera. So, I think they're doing the poll right now. Is that correct?
We've gotten everyone but Kitt Foxman's.
Oh, my bad.
Good.
I forgot.
We kind of burned him with
Yeah, no, we have a sex one in there.
Foxman, you haven't gone yet?
No.
He just feels like he can't compete with sex.
Yeah. I do not participate in rules of cool where there are sexual innuendos made anymore.
Starting now.
Starting last time.
Fine, Foxman.
Last time I just paid my rent, if you'll remember correctly.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
And you won.
We won, didn't you?
So are you trying to trump that with the do nothing and see if you can win?
Nope, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to absolutely do my action. I've got boosted abilities and all that stuff. I'm not gonna not do anything. This is a very important round, or was, but now that my target is going to most likely be being swung around, I guess really I'm just holding my arm out and letting it get swung around over and over and over again.
No, the snake. I want to grab the slice, not you.
Right. Yeah, and I'm just holding my arm out, so when you swing it around, I'm just punching it over and over and over again. Every time you swing it.
I said boots.
Swing it around, I'm punching him in his
my
eyes.
hand.
Maybe eye pokes to keep him from ultra visioning.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, that's a great idea.
All right. So it's fairly cooperative there, I suppose. Doesn't work without hers working. But, all right.
I'm all about cooperation. This is a cooperative storytelling game.
They are voting. They are voting, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, to be fair, I only came up with that because that was the first thing I came up with. It was like a pun that I could actually use.
I like that you came up with a pun for your celebrity culture.
Thank you.
Yes.
What was the one that we had on the way home?
I have no idea. Can't remember. It was all the late night talk shows.
That's right.
Jay Bird Leno was one.
It's very popular.
Something with
Stephen Colbert.
yeah, something with the guy that was on the with Tina Fey.
Oh, Jimmy Falcon.
Jimmy Falcon. That was a good
Jimmy
one.
Falcon.
Yeah.
Jimmy Falcon is good.
Yeah. But I needed to make it work with our present situation.
I understand. The monitor lizard is, they're tough. I had to break out the Christian Science monitor last time. But no, the
What?
Christian Science monitor lizard. That's right.
Oh.
Aquamarine!
Aquamarine just, I think that's secretly all because they wanted you to win and you didn't really give them much of an opportunity there.
No, they wanted me to win.
Just guessing.
No way.
Lasso
Team
fun
hooked.
time. Well, everyone that didn't win, let's make some of those fun rolls with the
Oh
penalties.
yes, let's.
-5, you say?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
I get these now at least.
Oh, I'm gonna just lose. Just lose. Yeah, big losing.
Candy and coffee.
Big loss.
Big loss?
Huge loss.
All right. Major fail on North.
11, so I would
Presto?
So with my
I would
penalty
make it by 5.
and the use of
Oh,
my
so I made it exactly.
buff,
Nice.
I will make it by 18.
He's a better fighting skill than that. I do not. It's the same. 16.
That is a rather brutal success on your part. I see how the dice fall over there. Apparently not too many people voted on that last rule.
Oh,
Cool.
my.
I will find a way to rectify that in the future so that more people get to vote somehow.
Oh, okay.
I'll figure it out, but not right now.
Okay.
Oh.
Yours was a success, yours is a failure, and Kitt Foxman
I made it. I made it.
not really doing a whole lot that requires effort. So
Yeah.
it's not too surprising.
I'm trying to get multiple attacks out of it though. For
I
every time she
successfully
swings it
stood
around, and since she beat it by 10 with a critical, that should do double damage.
There's a few swings,
Yeah,
Is he
she'll get a
swinging?
few swings, so I'll technically have to also take a few swings.
technically.
But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make more than one because of the -5.
Swing away.
That one I made though a lot. And
2 impacts.
finally, I'm gonna see if I can go for a third, but I am not. 7 minus 5. No, not gonna quite. Not gonna make it with
So
for
2
the
hit,
extra
the
attack.
third does not.
What's the hanger look like at this point? Is it got
And-
holes in it?
It's
But-
about to. In moments, Thomas reaches out and grabs hold of all of these fighter ships with his power, turning them in place, and they just open fire on all of these monitor wizards and the 2 crocodiles.
Hold tight, teammates. I shall attempt to even the odds.
More than half of the monitor wizards are just torn to pieces before they even have a chance to do anything. And they are physically torn to pieces at this point. Not cartoon torn to pieces, but like a piece of paper torn to pieces with each impact.
Oh no.
And the hangar was definitely taking on that oozing ink type qualities. Since those blasts hit, instead of doing the trademark punch a hole animation that you've seen in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times as over the episodes, it's just kind of pushing through like a solid object through liquid. And after its impact, there's like the mixing of the inks, the color of the ink from the laser blast and the color of the ink from the bulkhead itself. Just this
Unexpected,
blend.
but effective.
More than half the Monitor wizards go down. One of the Croc soldiers is annihilated from that. While this is happening, Sojourn has snuck up behind Sliss, grabbed hold of that animated tail, and started swinging him around like a lasso. And each time, on the first two that his head comes around, Kitt's hand outstretches and impacts it. The first time it stings a little. The second time it really smarts. So the third time you kind of just flinch away and don't even hit it. It's never hurt before.
At some point I'm gonna have to let go. Right.
Even at full crash, it's never hurt before?
Oh, you've Crash has hurt. Kitt Foxman has never hurt.
Kitt Foxman's not here.
To Crash, it is not an unfamiliar sensation. It's like when he punches Bank, says Kid Titan. It's a solid object. You feel it, but it's nothing in particular. The impacts create almost a sonic boom from the collision of the two energy forces.
You've still got a hack streak at some point if you want.
I've got a plan for it.
Gotcha.
I have a plan for everything today.
Of course you do, Foxman. You stole it from me.
It's terrifying.
So I'm still swinging the snake, yeah?
You swung it around several times. It reached impact. It's still swinging around in your hand, but Sliss is, got a little bit of Titan force in him and not completely out of sorts like the rest of his shot up and beat up on people.
Oh no, I'm just a little sloth.
That's right. You're just a little animated sloth.
A little sloth.
So what I need to know is how he got this power to begin with. And the only way that we're going to know that is if he tells us how that happened, or we see it in a flashback. So, on the count of 3, I say into the radios, everybody play dead. Or at least hurt. Look helpless. He won't be able to help himself.
As you receive this message, Sliss twists free from your grasp, and real fangs sink into you, ripping through the paper and ink that is your very body.
My slothy body.
Tearing away. Sojourn, you have one arm.
Oh no, my cute sloth arm.
The other is paper and ink and on the floor of the hangar.
Does it hurt?
No, and when you move your fingers still move.
We can fix that.
Guys.
That's fixable. That's fixable.
And then Foxman's
Should we
count
play
of
dead?
3.
This is fixable.
Right then is when Foxman's count of 3 hits.
Oh, you got me!
Oh, so hurt.
My arm!
Oh, you've defeated us. Tell us how to do it. Just do it.
The pain of which my friends have experienced has vicariously seeped into my soul, thus incapacitating me in a most emotional and crippling manner. I now fall! I fall to the ground, kicking my legs out in a most unfortunate
Oh no,
fashion.
we are nearly slain. How did you get such great power to defeat us?
I knew you could defeat you, Foxman.
I make my theatrics.
Finally! Victory is mine!
However, did you gain such great powers?
I broke open the anomaly first, Foxman, and left it as a trap for you. With its power, I am unstoppable.
It's true. It's true. If only you knew how to work it.
What do you mean?
I mean, you have to activate it.
I don't understand.
Yeah, it's terrible, but I wasn't going to tell you this, but what you have is from another world.
No, Foxman, don't tell him.
A very powerful weapon known as the Titan Force.
No, Foxman.
with it, you could bring order or chaos to the galaxy as you saw fit.
I will rule you all.
Oh, we are doomed! Doomed, I say! I flail and kick in a manic fashion.
You really took my arm away.
Gross.
But I'll never give you the activation codes. Never!
Oh, you will, Foxman. You will. I'll torture it out of you.
It won't work. I'll kill myself first.
So we are at stalemate.
Look, if you promise to use it only for good, to right, sorry, I don't have long. To right the wrongs, to choose a life of good, if I believe I can truly trust you.
No, Foxman,
To
don't
unite
be foolish.
the Mamelons and the community. Then I can give you the ultimate power.
Of course, Foxman. Of course.
Crossing, what is
You
crossing?
fool, Foxman.
Now tell me the secret.
You have to say,
It's facts. Of course.
you have to say, Titan Force activate, and then answer the questions, and say you'll do what it'll ask you if you'll fulfill the oaths.
Fine, I can do that.
Ultimate power. That ultra vision's only the beginning. Ketchup packet.
Oh no. Oh.
Victory is mine.
Foxman.
Titan Force activates! A blinding light surrounds Sliss.
I accept.
And flies straight into the prone form of Kitt Foxman. Or should I say, Kitt Titan.
It Titan!
Oh, I see what you
I
did
didn't see
there.
that coming. I didn't say that yet.
The full force of the Titan Matrix flows into you. Your head changes from animation and orange blur to real.
You're a full-on fox? A fox Titan?
Floating above the surface of the hangar. A pathetic, curled into a ball, animated form of Sliss lies at your feet. Burnt, scorched, as though someone burnt the very paper that he was printed upon.
Whoa.
That was not very nice of me.
The hangar starts to drip.
May I suggest we not play dead anymore and get out of here?
What do we do
Crash
now?
Kid, whoever you are.
Everybody up.
One arm.
Hold on. Take your arm with you.
Okay. So,
Holding.
this isn't supposed to be here.
Correct.
And it's tearing this whole world apart and killing everyone, yeah?
Yes.
Also correct.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Missing an
so
arm.
we could use the Titan Force to contain it for now.
Contain what? Itself?
Isn't
This anomaly.
isn't
Otherwise,
this,
it'll spread all over the galaxy and this whole place will be a memory. Mamelon will be dead and Planet Dojo's probably already wiped away.
How do we contain it? How?
isn't the Titan Force already being used to contain something? Can it contain both things?
It's not.
Oh, because the Titan Force is in you now.
Well, yeah, but in Butch too.
It can be split.
That's how it can. I'm gonna use my hack attack.
Alright.
I've had one saved up for a while. It's on the board.
Wait, hack attack?
He
Yeah.
had- yeah.
I'm now getting rid of yours and the for those of home watching at home, the Kitt Titan, our Kitt Titan memorabilia was a hack attack.
Oh,
paid
nice.
for.
Very nice. Very nice. Good job.
This is why he is outfitted in the actual Kitt
Good
Titan.
job. Chad.
Oh.
From Mount Rushmore, from
Nice.
Project Metaverse, for those of you that are familiar.
Oh, it was that Kid Titan uniform, yeah.
That's why the chest is dented in.
And the cape is
Nice.
there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
I'm going to use my hack attack, and I'm going to split up the Titan Force between my crew equally.
You can drop my buff as well.
Thank you.
Wait. So are we all going to change into 3D?
Well, whatever we're going to do, one Titan isn't going to be enough to make a big enough containment field to keep this whole planetary system from melting into itself.
Using the power of chat.
We're basically going to have to use all of us, and probably a little bit of magic.
Magic.
Doable.
Magic.
I know.
I still have my buff or my my boosted ability. I could be
I'm
nanowasps.
gonna need you to do exactly that to help spread the field out and make it bigger. Whereas you and me are just gonna work on making a field.
Okay. Sounds good.
You split the Titan Force. But in this animated universe, the Titan Force doesn't just split. The Titan Force goes and duplicates, and then duplicates, and then duplicates, until there are 4 Titans, all flesh and blood, real as you and me, in an animated hangar, dripping.
And one of them's a rabbit, and one of them's a sloth. And
One of them is a rabbit, one of them is sloth, and one of them is a polar bear.
When my nanowasps
good.
split, when they go, can they all be wearing little capes?
They are all wearing little capes with little logos.
Yes.
It's actually a really, really cool logo. Someone will draw one up sometime and make it look really neat. I think there's one out
Is there anything that
Look
we
at
could
one, yeah.
have on hand that would assist with this process?
Anything else we have on hand?
Any other item that could be useful right now?
Probably.
I only ask because technically I could get it for us.
That is a great idea. And I'm gonna need to use my hacksaw to, when we do it, to spread that field and target all of the nanowasps that are being spread out across the system.
So walk me through this as it's
I can
going.
also gadgeteer something if you need it.
We have
Right.
we have a host of nanowasps spread out.
So one Titan can make like 100-foot field, right?
Yes.
And maintain it as long as they can maintain concentration. 2 Titans can do obviously a much bigger field than that because they're using more of the Titan Force. So what we need to do is go even bigger. Since we've got all the nanowasps that have the Titan Force, we can spread those out.
Like a net.
And each one of those nanowasps becomes its own 100-foot field.
Right.
Oh my god.
What are we building?
We're building a giant Sentinel City.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Tech, magic, Titan.
Oh man.
Oh no! Who would have thought of that?
Otherwise, this place falls apart.
Yeah.
It's already falling
So we
apart.
have to
And it falls apart
protect
because
it.
of us. So, until we can fix it, let's hold it together. We just need some glue, and we can be that glue. Who's with me?
Alright, let's glue it.
glue.
Glue.
Great. Let's also make sure it works. Axor. To make sure I can affect all of the different...
Done.
And to flip myself. So, that way I can go full avatar and use a heroics roll for it.
All right, let's start there, and then I want you to walk me through what each one of your fellow Titans is doing so that they can attempt whatever necessary rolls they need to do as you're doing it. But go us through step by step of the plan. Start with each person as they're doing it.
Well, we basically just need to pour energy into the field.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to
And shape it and focus it, right?
So you're good at focusing.
Mm-hmm.
And
So.
shaping.
You're there to obviously spread out all the little satellites using your nano
So
wasp
I can
form.
use swimming.
And
or
you're
flying.
using magic to
Okay.
hold it all together.
What?
I mean, I don't know if it would help or not, but I was just thinking that, Presto is not the greatest at using regular magic. But I can think of those who are. And I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but maybe I should make an attempt to
Steal Rosie's power.
not steal Rosie's power, but
Yeah.
like,
Stealing anybody's
Borrow
power.
it. Borrow it. Borrow it.
no, I was just thinking,
Looks like you'll need another hashtag
Thank you.
Metacoin.
Pull hex out of it.
Pull hex out of that.
Living things might be difficult.
true. I was trying
Thank
to
you,
think
chat.
of a way to.
Thank you,
But-
Pat.
Items from other metaverses, say like Farther All, where you could pull out say, like a staff of magi or something that'll actually greatly enhance your magical
That
ability.
sounds useful.
How cool. Wish I could pull items out of the house.
And it is distinctly real, not animated.
Dang.
All right.
And you
It
and me,
smells of Chibi-chan.
and you and me can just go supernova right in the middle of all of it.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
All right. Heroics is 8 out of 16. I beat 8.
Excellently done. Tell me how you are focusing to.
Oh, and since I'm using the hack attack for it, it should mostly work.
Yes.
It should mostly work. Minor details here.
I'm burning a point. He's a little closer to being magical.
I beat mine by 1.
How are you helping him focus? Exactly.
I am helping him focus. Like, what should I roll?
Yeah, what skill are you can use? She has either Aquamarine or Sojourn. Whichever one,
Aquamarine.
how you feel you could help best. Also keeping in mind that you have the full power of the Titan Force within you right now.
Oh, whoa! Okay, well, I'm more towards sloth. Profound single word wisdom here.
Profound single word wisdom may be a great choice to keeping Kitt focused and on task.
Build.
It is profound single word wisdom. Reaching out with your combined powers.
Don't even roll.
Enhanced by magic from farther
Yes.
off.
Yes.
From technology, from the very cartoon metaverse you are in. From Titan energy that does not belong here at all. You create a beautiful pink sphere completely surrounding Mamelon space. It's beautiful. Looks like half of something you've seen before.
Half of something we've seen before?
It looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
the full
It
part
looks
of
like the
half.
dome if the dome had a bottom.
Yeah.
From Sentinel City.
Right.
The same beautiful, shimmering colors. And on the outside of it are you four, in a thick, inky blackness that, unlike the creatures and animated beings here that were absorbed by it, it's kind of just walking through it or swimming through it. It doesn't really impede you or impair you. You're just covered and
Well,
drenched.
We're only part way done, but we definitely struck a blow for our side, which is reality. So,
Well, I'm
check.
glad that we contained it, but I'm just frustrated that we had to contaminate it more to do it. I'm worried about this bleeding into other worlds, and we bled into it to stop it.
It seems to me that this, I mean, it's an infection. It's almost like a cancer at this point that is metastasized.
Yes.
That's why we can't go willy-nilly bringing things from world to world.
Correct.
Like we just did to fix this one. Makes me uncomfortable. I don't know how else we could have fixed it.
I mean, he'll put the staff back. Damn it. See? So, if we're gonna get rid of all of this stuff, I mean, we can't just fly around here and beat Titans forever. There's nothing here.
Nothing but thick, inky.
And if we go in there, we just...
But for the viewers
Start it all
watching at
over.
home, the armadillo and Priscilla are safe inside the sphere. I didn't kill her.
Thank you.
Repeat, I did not kill her.
CYA, James. CYA.
And is it this moment that light swirls around you and the brightness of leaving the metaverse pulls into you? And the three of you are pulled out of the metaverse. Crash, sleeping like a baby.
Where's Mac?
Where's who? Oh, the
My
boy.
friend.
Oh, snap.
So there you all are in the trailer of the Winnebago, being pulled down the road at a speedy, speedy pace. Bruno is laid up on a cot. He's been injured. Still obviously not feeling very well and quite unconscious. Most likely comatose. You can tell.
I can tell.
Clearly comatose, being
Yes.
kind of kept alive by machines right now.
Right.
Up towards the cab, Patrick and Mac are having a little conversation that looks like they're like playing with Legos. Upon closer inspection, you see that it's actually C4 and some wire. That he's clearly teaching him some things about explosives that a man of Mac's background probably doesn't really need to be knowing anyway.
Oh, I thought Mac was teaching Patrick.
No, Patrick is teaching Mac. There's not much about explosives you found that Patrick doesn't know already. He seems to know what blows up what and where.
Yes.
Let's see. Nick is laying down in another cot, not asleep. He's in a new body, but it's still Nick. And that one is... Okay, let's see. You're awake.
That was something.
Very disturbing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But
We've
you
never
can-
met him. Is
There's,
he there?
there's nobody
nothing
there. In fact,
Okay.
Thomas is nowhere to be found either.
Thomas?
Patrick, do you know where Thomas went?
I ain't seen him, no. I mean, he hasn't shown back up since you did, but welcome back. Did you have a nice trip to
No.
wherever the hell it was you went?
No.
It was really bad.
All right, good talk. So, this is how Semtex work. Thomas, you feel yourself getting, again, sucked back into the real world, and there's always this spot where everything goes dark and then starts to get light again and then goes dark. It's like a fade-in, fade-out effect that always happens when you change metaverses. This time it got to that really bright white spot and just stayed there. It's like it's like that room in the Matrix where you call guns. It's just big, white, empty space. You look around, looking for a shelf to be popping out of somewhere, but nothing. After a moment, you hear footsteps. And walking up to you is a man who doesn't look too dissimilar from you, wearing a bright blue Hawaiian shirt.
Hello, Thomas. It's nice to finally meet you.
Fascinating. You must be Tom.
I am.
And that concludes our season of Masters of the Metaverse. Make sure you join us starting in February for Season 4. Project Metaverse picks back up next week, December 3rd at our usual time.
Yes.
And don't forget about the return of Death from Above in January. Stick around, Zoe's got some great programming coming up. Have a happy and safe holiday. And don't forget, we've got a Metaverse holiday special coming on December 23rd.
Second.
22nd?
Second.
22nd.
Saturday
It's
is 22nd,
yes.
right?
Because
Yes.
we can drive.
And we are going to be doing some cray holiday I want to say celebrating, but it's really more like holiday exploding.
Okay.
Yes.
We're going to be doing some holiday exploding.
explosions.
like the Mythbusters.
Indeed. So, hey, thanks
That could be
everybody
fun.
who's been a fan and been watching for the last couple of years. We appreciate you. We love you.
Love you.
Absolutely.
This has been a really, really fun run. James Durham, thank you so much for coming on and being our GM.
Thanks, Chris.
And
Thank you.
been doing a great job, obviously, on Project, and it was a real joy to actually get and sit at the table with my friend Chris and get to play a game. We haven't got to do that in a while. That was pretty cool.
Big
Yeah.
free banter with you. It's
Oh my gosh, you guys
entertaining.
are so funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
I kind of just want a show of Kitt Foxman and Presto just
Oh my
yelling
god,
at each other.
So yeah, I really would like to have a special thank you to James for hopping on and jumping right into Metaverse and really just latching on
Yeah.
with both of his evil little talons.
I did promise you a surprise ending, didn't I?
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool.
Yes.
Thank you, Marks, too.
And
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah,
And,
I love the marks.
Yeah, we can't
The
go
marks
without
are
thanking the marks. And
amazing.
of course, thank you to our cast, Chris Odie, Vanessa Postel, Sarah Sanders Odie, myself,
Mr. Christian Doyle.
yeah,
Christian Doyle.
Mr. Christian Doyle,
Yes.
Maggie Doyle, who could not be here today, but usually plays Rosie, and to all of our other guests who have been pilots or avatars or NPCs here on Metaverse. This has been so much fun, and we have so much more to do. So let's get it done.
See you guys in
Yeah.
February if you're not here for Project, which if you're missing Project and this holidays,
You're literally missing half the story at that.
come on now. Watch my show.
It's good.
Do it! Wow. Yes, James.
All right, everybody.
Did it.
But I think,
Did it.
I'm afraid that is our show for the week. So, we'll see you next time. And until then, get the hell out of my house.
Love you, everybody.